Welcome to episode 79 of the podcast. Today we had Bluebebleu, and I just checked right now. It was 10 months ago that we did the last podcast, and this podcast that we just filmed, there was a lot of catching up to do. And I love these podcasts because there's no topic that we plan beforehand. It's basically just like we have a conversation if the cameras were on. And I always love sitting down with Bluebebleu. So hopefully you guys enjoy this conversation. I know he's been off of Instagram for a while. For people that haven't seen him or talked to him a while, I feel like this is a good podcast. It kind of feels like you're hanging out with us. So I appreciate you guys. But before you watch the video, please like and comment down below and subscribe. Hit that bell notification because it helps out with the channel. And I'll see you on the next one, guys and ladies and gentlemen and people around the earth. Thank you so much. Peace. We're talking about Shiba Inus.
Oh, Shiba Inus.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you know about them?
I know that there's a cryptocurrency based off of Shiba Inus, and it like exploded.
It did. This guy was trying to convince me at work to buy a bunch of the Shiba money.
Yeah.
The Shiba crypto.
Yeah. Did you?
No. I don't know why I didn't do it. I just don't think I don't think it's going to blow up. Imagine it does. That would be hilarious. Like tomorrow, or like later on in time, it just it skyrockets. I don't know. I've seen so many cryptocurrencies that have like come into existence and never like became big or anything.
Yeah.
I'm a little skeptical about it.
Well, a lot of the times, for instance, this guy Sam Bankman-Fried, have you heard of him?
No.
So he was one of the founders, I believe, of FTX, and FTX gave these politicians millions of dollars. And I think it was like disguised as a donation or something like that. So I don't know. It's sketchy the way that cryptocurrency can be kind of used as like a sort of laundering,
Yeah.
So essentially, he ended up giving these politicians millions of dollars, and those millions of dollars were laundered through FTX, if I'm not mistaken.
So FTX is a form of cryptocurrency?
I think it's still a cryptocurrency, but it was exposed.
Oh,
because of
okay.
that. Yeah.
It's a fraud.
Yeah, exactly.
Cryptocurrency.
Yeah. So how many of those are out there? Dude, there was this one where it blew up, and then it was a rug pull. So it basically got to a certain amount of like it was worth this amount, and then the owners that created it pulled the rug, essentially like withdrew all the money that these people invested in, and these people lost millions of dollars. Like they pulled the rug and just took out all the money.
So like if you were to be able to make your own cryptocurrency, like tomorrow, like somebody told you, oh, we're gonna I don't know how that would work, but they would tell you like you can make your own cryptocurrency. What would you call it? What would its logo be? What would its abbreviation be? I don't know. Like what would you name it after?
You know what? I would call it the QT coin.
The QT coin.
Yeah, and then
it's actually pretty badass.
So anyone that owns QT coin will have access to future events that I host.
Okay.
And and it's kind of like a thing where if people own it, then like we're all growing together. So if I how do I explain this? The more a person gets known and famous and popular, the more that coin will essentially be worth, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So if you're an early investor, if you're a believer in myself, and you invest in early in those coins, then you know what? Maybe that coin will be worth more. I don't know. Like that's just an idea.
That's a really cool idea.
Yeah. I think that's the idea of like Web 3.0.
Web 3.0?
Yeah, so I'm we should watch a video on Web 3.0.
All right, let's do it.
Because I was talking about this with Eddie, and I'm not sure how to explain it.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna try to explain it. So we'll watch a video. Let's watch a video.
Educational time.
Yeah. So right now we're in Web 2.0, which Web 2.0 is like, browsers and stuff like that. But from what I understand, Web 3.0 will use cryptocurrency and the blockchain and all that stuff. So very interesting. Hey, these White Claws are pretty good too.
They are mighty fantastic.
Not sponsored. Okay, on. So. Oh, hopefully we have Wi-Fi. Okay. Web 3.0. Here we go. Oh, it's not even typing. Oh, it is. Oh, explained in 5 minutes. Aw, yeah.
Ray is a tech-savvy guy and loves to spend most of his time exploring the web on his laptop. One fine day, he was going through an article on futuristic gadgets, and suddenly, he noticed an ad for the PS5 popping right beside the article. He found it a little strange as he recalled searching for that just a few hours ago.
Hey, that's
Later that
you.
day, he came across some suggestive ads popping up related to buying future-leading gadgets. And that is when he freaked out, thinking, how can it be possible that what he was searching for just a few hours or days ago on the internet is now suggesting ads related similar to them? So he thought of going to his elder brother Aaron, who is a software engineer in an MNC. Upon understanding the situation, he explained to Ray that all of this is happening because we are in an era of Web 2.0. It all started in 1994 when Web 1.0 was introduced to the internet. Basically, Web 1.0 was all read-only content that was not interactable and was similar to a huge Wikipedia page. But after a few years, in 2004, Web 2.0 came into the picture. Web 2.0 made the internet much more interactive because of developments in web technologies such as JavaScript, HTML5, CSS3, and others, which allowed companies to create interactive web platforms like YouTube, Facebook, Wikipedia, and many more. He further added that when we seek out information or data of any kind from any web platforms present on the internet, simultaneously unknowingly, we also provide them with information related to our choices and interests, which are stored in cookies, which later they sell to various companies who make use of this data to advertise exactly what you are looking for. And this is how Ray was able to see ads of his concerned interests. Ray was fascinated by how the internet has evolved and how it works amazingly. But at the same time, he was concerned about the lack of privacy offered by it. Ray, out of his concern, asked Aaron, is there any way that one can get rid of the loopholes of the current Web 2.0? When Aaron answered yes, there are a lot of ways to do that, using Tor browser, incognito mode, etc. But these are not permanent solutions, and there can be fluctuations in their reliability. But this scenario can be changed not just for you, but for everyone using the internet, with the help of Web 3.0. Ray was curious about it and asked, what is Web 3.0? Aaron explained that Web 3.0 is the next step in the evolution of the internet, allowing it to process data with near human intelligence through the use of artificial intelligence and blockchain technologies that run innovative programs to help users by providing them with their relevant choices. It's a significant step toward open, trusting, and permissionless networks. Aaron further added, to fully comprehend this, we must first explore the 4 key features of Web 3.0. First is decentralization. Blockchain will help decentralize data storage while also establishing trust in the virtual world. Because Web 3.0 allows information to be retrieved based on its content, it can be kept in several locations simultaneously, making it decentralized. This would dismantle the vast databases currently maintained by internet giants like Facebook, now Meta, and Google, giving more power over people. Second is trustful and permissionless. Web 3.0 will also be trustful and permissionless, which means that participants will be able to interact directly without the need for a trusted intermediary or permission from a governing body. Due to this, you can access any data relevant to your choice without any permission from any other node or third party.
So it just
For
bypasses
example,
the middleman.
if you are researching for some data, you don't need to accept its cookies, or you don't need to provide any sort of details, as there is a trustful bond between you and the web. Third is artificial intelligence and machine learning. In Web 3.0, through technology based on semantic web ideas and natural language processing, computers will be able to understand the information in the same way that people do. For example, I love Paris and I heart Paris may seem different in syntax. However, their semantics are nearly identical. This will help the user to achieve more relevant content to their choices and will provide them ease with internet browsing. Fourth is connectivity and ubiquity. In Web 3.0, the internet will be accessible to everyone, anywhere, at any time, because IoT, Internet of Things, technology will launch in several new smart devices. These internet-connected devices will no longer be limited to PCs and smartphones, as they were in Web 2.0. Understanding the shortcomings of Web 2.0, corporates like Amazon, Apple, and Google are transforming their existing services into Internet 3.0 apps that abide by these four principles. Siri and Wolfram Alpha are two applications that use Web 3.0 features. After learning about this, Ray was relieved by the fact that Web 3.0 is going to bring so much of a difference, not just in his life, but also to the society as a whole. So, here's a question for you.
Ah,
How is
shit,
Web
I didn't study
3.0
for this.
related to blockchain? A. It helps create
Decentralization.
smart contracts for web pages on the internet. B. It helps Web 3.0 store its data in the blockchain. C. It offers a decentralized experience to its users.
Oh, you got this.
D.
I think it got to be
All
C.
of the above.
Oh, actually, it might be D.
Please take a minute to think
I think
about
it's
it
D.
and
Wait,
leave your
wait,
answers
wait,
in the
wait.
comments
Pause it.
section.
Contracts for it helps create smart contracts for web pages. Yeah, I remember it saying that. It helps Web 3.0 store its data in the blockchain. I don't remember that. Yeah, it might be D.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I'll
below,
go with D.
3
go
lucky
D.
winners
Yeah,
will receive
D.
Amazon gift vouchers.
Oh!
Web 3.0 will offer a more personalized
my
and
web voucher?
customized surfing experience, and a smarter and more human-like search assistant, and other decentralized benefits, all of which are believed to contribute to a more fair web. This will be accomplished by giving each user control over their data, resulting in a richer overall experience. In a nutshell, the internet will become considerably more intertwined in our daily lives when Web 3.0 arrives. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you did,
Oh, they didn't give us the answer.
Right.
appreciate it. Become considerably more.
Oh. So. What did you think of that?
It's really cool. It was really cool. It seems like they're trying to integrate the web more with AI. That's like another thing that stood out to me from that. Like even searching, like search functions will be a little bit easier because you can type in stuff that maybe like if you type it into Web 2.0, which is current, it won't really get you all the search results. But like from what I was getting with Web 3.0, it uses AI to get you better search results. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the algorithm for YouTube.
Oh,
It's like,
okay.
it kind of like suggests stuff that you've been watching before, and it just kind of caters to you. But I think there's like a downfall to that too, where it suggests stuff that you're more likely to see, and it kind of puts you in this like this bubble or this like echo chamber of stuff, And I feel like you're less likely to stumble upon stuff that you might not want to see, if that makes sense, because I mean,
Oh, so like you're less
like-
likely to see things that are outside of your comfort zone.
yeah.
Yeah.
So say like you're a conservative, and like people, like you'll be shown more likely only that stuff, whereas you don't really get to see the other side of like their other opinion.
Yeah,
know?
That makes sense when you said echo chamber.
Yeah.
Because, like, we need to be pushed out of our worldview quite often, I feel like.
Right.
Yeah,
and that's one thing that I feel like would kind of not be good for Web 3.0.
Yeah, because you're gonna get really you're gonna have people that are really passionate about something, and they're going to be consistently fed it through the internet.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you're probably gonna get more arguments too. You know, like if you go to YouTube and you go to if you go to the comments page on YouTube, you always have like two sides. Somebody saying this is wrong and somebody saying this is right.
Yeah, and I think in a free society and in an open society, you have to have people that are willing to disagree with you. Like, you have to have that. Like, you can't have people that only agree with you. You have to have people that disagree with you.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's a good practice. Maybe I'm wrong on this. Correct me if you think it's wrong viewpoint, but I think it's good when you hear somebody state their opinion on something and you can point out the good things about their opinion, and you can also point out why you disagree with it, because that's what I'll try to do oftentimes is if I hear something that I disagree with, first, before I even start pointing out why I disagree with it, I'll first start off with why I think that they might have some credibility to what they're saying.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll first point out why I think they have credibility. For example, it could be the most trivial of things. Like somebody says, this Batman movie is the best Batman movie ever made. Yeah. And I'll be like, well, this movie, it had the acting was superb. The music was great. It made the most money at the box office. And then, like, I'll counter it with, but, this, and this. So, I try not to pick a side on stuff most of the time, because I'm not even really sure what the true answer is, because a lot of things are really trivial. Well, there are certain things
subjective.
that are, that I feel like that's subjective.
Yeah.
But there are some things that are more factual, where you kind of can provide more conclusive evidence as to your opinion,
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, say the director of that movie of Batman would know the objective truth to like what he was trying to like say or give off for that Batman movie.
Yeah.
So like that's a source for truth. You can ask the director.
Yeah. And he's not gonna say like, oh yeah, my Batman movie was the best Batman movie ever made. Like,
yeah.
He might say that, but I don't
or
know.
Just like stuff that not even like the best Batman movie, but like maybe he wanted to portray Batman a certain way.
Yeah.
And like that's his way or his truth of the Batman, and some people might not like it, and some people might like it.
Yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say, like in really simple terms, is I tried to, and it might sound very counterintuitive, but I tried to counteract myself and prove myself wrong at times.
Oh yeah.
Cause like I feel like I do that to get more clarity. So it's like if I feel really strongly about something, then I'll start making a list of why I could be wrong. And I think for me that's a good practice, because it keeps my mind. It keeps me open-minded. I feel like it just keeps me open-minded, because a lot of the ideas that we have are things that have been ingrained for years, where where we only know what we know and we only believe what we believe, and it's good to challenge yourself and
step outside of your comfort zone. Like
yeah. Try to prove yourself wrong. And then after you provide all the reasons for why you could be wrong, you might find a better middle ground versus feeling so strongly one way. You might be able to find you might still believe what you believe, but you don't believe it as strongly.
What's something that you believe like really strongly about, as far as like something something in like the political realm? I'll give you one.
Okay.
Women that transitioned over to men's sports shouldn't compete in men's sports. I strongly believe that.
So you mean men that transitioned over into women's sports?
Yeah. Or like,
because I mean, here's the thing.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah,
if women if women transition to men, I feel like they could still lose pretty easily.
Oh, I'm thinking about it from their perspective. Like, they would be so badly embarrassed.
Yeah. No, really. They like they're already at a disadvantage because physically they don't have all the natural advantages that men have in terms of physical, like stats and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, whereas men, if they transition to women and they go into a women's sport, they might dominate, you know?
Yeah.
Most likely. I think there was some controversy about some swimmer.
Leah Thomas.
Yeah, Leah Thomas. That kind of got that she got I'm trying to term her correctly. That she got kind of disqualified or something like that.
I don't know if she got disqualified, but from what I heard,
she can't compete or something.
No, I'm not sure if she can't compete. I don't know if that came out, but
yeah,
she did compete in like in a championship race against women, and then there was an exact tie of like to the 10th of the second, and she tied with another woman. I forgot her name, but so it was like literally a tie, and when they both finished, the organizers of the event were like, okay, we're going to give the first place trophy that we have right now to Leah Thomas. And then the girl that finished second, she was like, oh, we're going to give yours in the mail. And
that was the whole controversy?
Yeah.
That they would send hers in the mail?
That and
the biological woman.
Yeah.
They would send hers in the mail.
Right.
Okay, because I heard something about that whole thing, but I wasn't exactly clear on it. So like that's a lot of clarification.
Yeah.
I just thought there was controversy about her actually being able to compete or whatever.
Yeah, and she was competing, and she like dominated women's sports.
Yeah.
And then you see so before Leah Thomas transitioned over, she was doing men's swimming, but she was like 500th place in men's or something like that.
Uh-huh.
And then when she transitioned over to women's, she was like second or first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
so like that's my strong opinion on like that I believe is true, and I think that it's not good for women and for the sport. I feel like that's kind of messed up.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I feel bad. Like I really do feel bad, and I have empathy, but it's like on both sides I do. It's on both sides I have empathy for that. It's like it's kind of bad.
Well, what do you think about this? Do you think it would be fair to have a whole separate category?
Yeah, I think that's like the best option.
I think so too.
Yeah,
I think so too. A whole separate category, and I'm not just saying men that transition to women, but also women that transition to men.
Yeah.
Like put them all in their own bubble.
Yeah, let them do that. Yeah.
Yeah, because that way it will create a place where they can all compete and try to strive to be the best.
Yeah.
And the facts will prove themselves, because you're going to see that all the men that transition to women are going to rise to the top.
Right.
And it's going to it's going to prove the point of the fact that it's not fair, you know.
Yeah, and it's going to also prove that there are biological differences between men and women.
Yeah, and here's the thing: if the women that transition to men rise to the top, then we can start kind of going forward, progressing, and seeing things from their perspective.
Yeah.
But it's going to put the facts right in front of the people, and I think that's what needs to be done. Like, people need to have conclusive evidence.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you can tell people things and they don't accept it because of what they believe or whatever. But just put the evidence out there, you know.
Yeah, it's all based off of like scientific data that can be proved.
Yeah. And sometimes if people can't accept the scientific data, then they need to see it in real life.
Yeah.
It's like if you throw you have a guy that is really strong in the gym and stuff, and he says, "Oh, I'm stronger than a gorilla," you know. Well, let's put them out there to compete against the actual gorilla.
Right.
And they're gonna have to understand that there's biological differences.
Well, and also it's the same reason why there's different like event hosts that some people can take steroids and that's allowed, and then some places where you can't take steroids and that's not allowed. Like, they test every time to see if you test positive for steroids, because it gives you an unfair advantage in that sport.
Yeah.
So it's like that. I mean, that's where I'm trying to go as far as like, you shouldn't have an unfair advantage. Like, if that's what you're trying to achieve, if you're trying to be natural, then you shouldn't cheat the system in that sense. And like, you're cheating yourself, you're cheating everyone that's also doing the sport as well.
Yeah. They should. I agree with what you're saying. Like, there should be things should be fair. Like you're saying, things should be fair.
Yeah.
Like, you can't have a fish race a bird in an aerial flight.
Yeah.
Like, and that's essentially what they're doing with these people that transition. They're putting a bird against a fish in an aerial flight. So it's very problematic.
Yeah, and I think the tides are shifting a little bit.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens.
It's time to transition and go into women's sports.
Yeah. And then there was also like, to prove a point, there was this bodybuilder that so it was a male, and then he was like, you know what, I feel like breaking some world records today. So then he transitioned over and he broke some world records.
He's like, all right, I'm done, I'm gonna transition back.
Yeah.
That's pretty hilarious, actually.
Yeah.
That's fucking amazing. Yeah, that's literally how it is, man.
Cause then like, my thinking is, okay, now we're not rooted in reality.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, then it goes back to subjective and like objective reality. Well, objective reality is that there are scientific and provable facts that men and women are different, like chromosomes, bone density, structure.
Yeah.
So like, that's objective reality.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing subjective about that.
Yeah, for sure. I think where there can be some similarities is probably more mental than it actually is.
Exactly.
Where it is physical.
Yeah.
So I think that there could be more feminine mentalities, and that's what causes these people that want to transition. Like, they're thinking mentally from a state of mind that's more of the opposite gender. But physically they still have all the characteristics of their actual gender.
Yeah,
and
makes
it's
sense.
I think that's where a lot of confusion comes from, because it's more of a mental barrier or mental illness, I would say, than it actually is a physical problem. You know.
I don't know the data on this, but it seems like in the past, let's say like 5-6 years, the amount of people that have transitioned over, and this topic has like exploded in like within the past 5 or 6 years. And how many of those were like people that were closeted and like that didn't like reveal themselves, and like now they feel more open to express themselves, and how much of that is like society and it being kind of pushed at a young age to kind of be accepted, you know? Like it's being taught in schools, and it's being taught in like there's this thing in like kindergarten or something. It's like people are taught about gender dysphoria.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I definitely think it's being pushed. I don't think it should ever be pushed. It should. I think it should always be treated as a taboo. But at the same time, maybe I'm being a bit harsh on it. I feel like it should definitely be treated as a slight oddity to have that mentality. But at the same time, people shouldn't get angry at those people because that's their worldview.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But it should never be promoted, if that makes any sense. You know, it shouldn't be promoted. It shouldn't be hated on.
Like, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like my thing is, like, you can do what you want to do. Like that's cool. Like that's your free will and your autonomy.
Yeah.
But like you said, don't push it on the kids and don't, because then it goes into like taking hormone blockers, and then taking hormone blockers at like 10 years old, like there's irreversible damage that can be done.
Yeah.
You know, at that age. And when I was 10 and taking a huge life decision at that age, I'm like, dude, I was an idiot at that age.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And like,
yeah,
how many people like now at 10 are like do that and they regret that?
Oh yeah, for sure.
But how many people take it and they love it?
I think there are some.
Yeah,
there's some that love it, and then they end up like maybe 10 years later. You know, a lot of them end up regretting it, you know, years later or something.
Yeah.
And they lose out on a lot of their life because they realize who they are, and they can't get back those years, you know?
Yeah.
So it's dangerous for sure. It's really dangerous.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think a lot of people. Yeah. Huh?
We're going uncensored.
Okay. Yeah. I don't think they. I don't think they know who they are, and I think that's the key to everything is just knowing who you are, and being comfortable in your skin, and just doing what you want, and yeah, I don't know. That's pretty much my thought on it.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no. What were you gonna say? I pretty much finished my
thought. Oh, well, like, what else can you think of that's like in the realm of discussion that's kind of like a hot button topic? I want to try and get into it today.
All right, let's fucking get into it.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Let's slap some panties.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Let's slap some asses.
You know, there was an episode of SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Where they like were doing panty raids, and then it was like later taken off air.
It was like they should have kept that.
It was like Mr. Krabs, SpongeBob, and
I think
Patrick.
I saw the episode.
Yeah,
it was badass. Yeah,
it's like, oh, like we're gonna do some panty raids.
It's like
how was that? Like, I feel like watching that as a kid, that's kind of funny.
Yeah, I think
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I think that's very educational. That's a very educational, important cartoon to young males. I feel like they should keep it on.
Dude, you know what blows my mind too is that it's being quoted everywhere. It's like that was like such a pivotal TV show for the culture.
Yeah,
SpongeBob.
it is, man. Hey, you ever heard the conspiracy that SpongeBob is gay?
What? Like it's a conspiracy?
There's a conspiracy that
all right, what's the conspiracy?
SpongeBob and Patrick.
Wait, hold on. Oh wait, yeah, I'm good. Okay, go ahead.
SpongeBob and Patrick are gay.
I
don't know. What do you think about it? Because they were like best friends. I always just assumed they're best friends.
Yeah, like I always assumed that too. Like
Yeah.
they were best friends, and I never like there was no hints or there was no like thoughts of SpongeBob and Patrick like liking each other.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
sexually or, you know.
I always just took it as like a lighthearted cartoon. Like,
Yeah.
these are two buddies and shit. I think what happens is this is my opinion. I think maybe the algae community. I'm just gonna call them the algae community, but I feel like they probably tried to make that into a thing.
Yeah, and you know what else have they done that to? Like there was a few characters that were like, oh, this character's gay.
Yeah,
I forgot. Like
there's a lot of characters.
There were a few prominent ones.
Yeah,
that came out recently.
yeah.
Like, oh, this character's gay. I was like, what? This character was gay this whole time? Hold on. We gotta Google this.
All right.
We gotta Google this. Hold on.
But I definitely heard that with SpongeBob.
Cartoon characters. Oh, let's see if we can use oh wait, no, it's alright. Cartoon characters.
I know in comic books that happened with
turned gay.
That happened with some comic book characters.
Oh yeah, like
see SpongeBob is in there.
SpongeBob was on there.
Ren
Who
and
should
Stimpy
just come out already.
Why would they do that? Ren and Stimpy. Those dudes are definitely not gay.
Oh wait, hold on. Let's change that. Okay, so should we go on here?
They're probably
yeah,
gonna say Ren is gay.
All right, 25 cartoon characters that should come out as gay already. The Brain, Pinky and the Brain. It always seems like he'd like to do it after a quick viewing of his favorite camp classic, Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. Oh, dude, this is propaganda, bro.
This is propaganda.
Look at this, dude. This is propaganda.
Unfounded.
This is unfounded propaganda right here. This might as well be in the
Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck.
This might as well be in the North Korean Times.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Bugs Bunny sports that dress pretty well.
Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck, Looney Tunes. Okay, anyone who grew up watching Looney Tunes knows that Bugs Bunny not only has a penchant for drag, but also looks damn good in makeup. And
I'm not gonna deny that.
Okay, yeah. As evidence in the short Rabbit Fire, Daffy seems to be into puppet play. Their long-term standing rivalry would play out really well on a reality show if it set in the current era. Like that's the thing. It's like set in the current era.
But here's the thing that they're missing. They they dress in drag or whatever, but that doesn't make someone automatically gay.
Exactly.
It's so stupid. It's like,
what else?
Yeah, it's propaganda for sure.
Elsa, like reading this, it's like, okay, imagine an 11-year-old reads this.
Yeah.
And then it's like he or her or whoever reads this is like seriously considers this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's it's definitely to shift people's opinions about what they're teaching the kids.
Look, dude, He-Man.
He-Man's the most manliest man ever.
Not only is the titular He-Man gay.
I gotta admit, like, he does wear a pink shirt,
Yeah,
but that
that's
doesn't
kinda
mean he's
true.
gay either, though.
He-Man and the Masters
might
of the
just like pink.
Universe is considered one of the gayest cartoons ever. Even his origin story, fabulous secret powers were revealed to him the day he held Wait a second. Fabulous secret powers were revealed to him the day he held aloft his magic sword.
All right.
What does that even mean?
Wait a second. Let's go back up to the top. Let's go back up to the top, and we're gonna decide if they're gay or not. Both of us.
Oh, like.
Yeah, like let's consider the facts that they present here.
All right.
But I also know of these characters. All right, who's this? I've never heard of that before.
This was the first one, the brain. I don't really know about.
No, I don't think he's gay. He's not gay.
Okay, I can't.
I watched that cartoon.
I don't
a lot.
think Bugs Bunny's
No, Bugs
gay.
Bunny's not.
No.
Bugs Bunny, what has a boner for Lola? Of course he's not gay.
Well, Bugs Bunny. How many?
I don't know. Something about he likes other bunny girls.
So how many? Okay, we're kind of going into real life here. How many bunnies are attracted to male bunnies?
Wait, how many bunnies are attracted to male bunnies?
Yeah, like in real life, like male bunnies. How many male bunnies do you see?
I know. I just know bunnies. How many male bunnies have sex with other male bunnies?
Yeah.
I haven't seen any. Not as far as I know. Like, if I see one, like I'll let you know. But
all right, okay, Elsa. Okay,
I never watched.
This one.
I've never watched Elsa or Frozen.
I haven't watched this either. Let's read this. Let's face it. Alongside Ariana Grande's "Into You" and Carly Rae Jepsen's "Cut to the Feeling," Frozen's coming out anthem "Let It Go" is one of the biggest pride anthems of the mid-aughts. And don't forget that fans wanted Disney to let Elsa take the queer plunge with the Give Elsa a Girlfriend campaign.
Oh, no, she could be.
Yeah.
That's possible.
Yeah, it's very possible. Face Nickelodeon. Children across America were introduced to the reality of agender people when they saw Face, a non-corporeal host that existed beyond ideas of gender binaries and introduced whatever the upcoming show was going to be on Nick Jr. Dude, this is...
All right, now this is just getting ridiculous.
Dude, this is ridiculous, bro.
Well, we got to hear the voice.
Okay, let's hear the voice.
Because if it's like, yes, watch
Okay,
Nickelodeon.
yeah, you're right. You're right about that. Hold on. Face.
But if it's just like, watch Nickelodeon, then it can't be gay.
This is an opinion piece. Okay.
Wait, let's hear it.
It's a compilation.
I can tell you.
Hi there, Face here.
No, he's a normal face.
It's cold. It's so cold, I can see my own breath. It's so cold that I think I'm
he's normal.
Right here on Nick Jr.
Okay, maybe the laugh is a little gay, but
morning.
Who laughs like that?
I have a big smile on my face.
Oh, okay.
'Cause I'm feeling happy. Wait, hold on. How's this? Happy? Happy!
Okay, let's pretend.
All right, maybe he has some mental problems, but he's not gay though.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Let's pretend that we didn't read this article, and then we watched clips of this.
Yeah.
Would you have a thought anywhere inside your mind that he might be gay?
No. I would just say he has like split personality disorder.
Yeah, same.
But he's not gay though.
No. All right, so that's easy to.
That's pretty
easy.
Respect to the Nickelodeon face.
And you know what?
Yeah.
Just to make this clear, I don't have anything against gay people or transgender people. Like
No,
I
actually,
love gay people. I love transgender people.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of great ones out there. You know, like I feel like here's the thing. Like it's not it's not. I feel like it's not super awkward if they don't mention it to you. Like if they bring it, if they feel like a need to bring it up to you, like this is gonna sound really. This is gonna sound okay. This is going deep cut over here.
Can you hand me one of those, please?
Yeah, but like
you're closer.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
But like, if like I've talked to plenty of dudes at work, or just people I know, and they were gay, and they never told me. I had to find out like later on. but like I never knew.
Yeah.
But I had good friendships with them, and stuff. And I would have never known. And I think when they bring it up, it's almost like you didn't have to bring that up because it's not important. Like I don't care about it.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of like that,
I mean, from a person that's straight, I would like, from my perspective, I'm like, okay, let's say we're in a work environment. And then we're working, like we're on a assembly line or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or we're like stacking boxes. And I'm like, hey, dude, I'm straight. Like, I like women.
Yeah. You like with JJ?
Yeah, I like with JJ. And, I mean, that's kind of like a normal conversation. But,
Yeah.
like, just bringing it up out of the random, it's like, it's kind of random.
Yeah. I mean, on the flip side, if the dude
It's like, hey.
were to be like, hey, I'm gay, I like penis.
Yeah.
Like, that would be kind of awkward.
That would. Yeah, that would.
I mean, for me, like, I've heard so many things, I'd be like, oh, that's cool, like, whatever.
Yeah.
But, like, for that, I think for everyone, for a lot of people, they'd be kind of like, oh, you didn't have to tell me that,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, no, that's understandable.
Like, not everybody,
like,
not
what?
everybody wants to hear that.
Yeah, exactly. Not everyone wants to hear that, especially when you're working. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
like it's just out of the blue.
Yeah,
You know
for
what I
sure,
mean?
for sure,
Like-
yeah.
Okay. Miss Grotke Recess. Though a minor character in the action.
I've never
sequence,
watched that.
who was here to smash the system to patriarchy, and if there was one teacher who was going to have a surprise same-sex wedding, my money would have been on Miss Grotke, not Mr. Rapper.
Yeah, this is a stretch. That's a stretch. I don't even know the lady, and I don't think I don't know. She just seems like a middle-aged lady.
Okay, He-Man, we went there.
Maybe, but okay, he could be one of those buff gay dudes,
Yeah.
like possibly.
Yeah, there's a slight. Yeah, that's like. There's a slight.
Look at that hair and
possibility,
look at the shirt.
Yeah, there's a slight
But
possibility.
even
there.
then, like I wouldn't fight him in the street, like. Yeah.
James Pokemon, if you're looking for the origin of the phrase "be gay, do crimes," look no further than James of Team Rocket, who devoted his entire life to three things: doing crimes, his super gay Pokemon coughing, and dressing in drag whenever possible. Okay,
Maybe
yeah.
that's just a kink of his.
Oh.
Maybe he just likes having titties.
Oh, okay. Okay, there. Yeah, he might be gay.
I would say it's like a
Yeah.
60% chance.
Yeah, that's
But-
like the most believable one.
Yeah. But maybe that's just a kink of his.
Wait a second, this dude?
Well,
Forget Judy, there was only one diva to whom Kronk swore his eternal stand the larger-than-life... Oh, Yzma. Kronk was a muscly gym bunny who said bye Felicia to gender norms and enjoyed prepping a light meal of soup and salad perfect for bottoming, as well as wearing skirts and dancing.
wow,
That's
I
a
don't know.
stretch.
That's a stretch. Maybe just
Bro, this guy?
maybe he just likes the way the skirt like wears. Maybe he just likes letting it hang.
Li Shang from Mulan. Let's give a shout out to bisexual icon Li Shang, who fell in love with Mulan regardless of her gender presentation. Okay, so watching this movie, I'm pretty sure that he didn't know that Mulan was transitioned.
Wait, Mulan transition? Like I watched it so long ago.
When Li
You mean
Shang...
I thought Mulan just dressed as a guy?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. When Li Shang sings the mask anthem, make a
I don't
man
know.
out of
I
you.
I don't know. I'd still like if I knew Mulan. Okay, so if Mulan was dressed as a guy or whatever, and from what I seen of Mulan, she's pretty banging. So like I wouldn't care. I'd be like, all right, that's cool, but you take that shit off and
Wait.
I'll meet you over there.
And when he finds out Ping is Mulan, he seems kind of disappointed. but the film leaves it ambiguous as to whether they'll get together. I see a lot of role playing in their future.
Yeah. Probably be wild.
Oh shit.
Sounds pretty dope.
Ren and Stimpy may be the most enduring same-sex couple in all of cartoondom. Not only did they have a great domestic life, their sex life looked like a full-on kink fantasy. I mean, the way they went about sawing wood was just basically having anal sex together.
Wait, I've never seen them have anal sex. I've never. Okay, well, it's the saw.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay,
maybe. Okay, I don't think
Maybe.
they're gay. I think that the creator probably just put that as a dirty joke.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
I don't think they're gay. Well, it is kind of odd that they were always together and shit, but like that,
Did you watch that show growing
I
up?
did.
Okay, I never watched it, so
I did.
I'm not sure.
I don't think so though. I doubt it.
Sebastian.
It's like a 30% chance.
Okay. Sebastian the Little Mermaid.
Not Sebastian.
Sebastian is a gay man with a lot of internalized misogyny who needs to learn how to talk to women, especially Ariel, whom he patronizes through most of The Little Mermaid. Yes, he does it because it's his job and he doesn't want Ariel to get into trouble, but he needs to watch his tone. He needs to watch his tone because...
He needs to watch his tone. I don't know. I don't think so.
All right, hold on. I want to watch some clips of that. Sebastian.
I don't know where they got that one from. That's ridiculous. I'm calling bullshit on it.
Oh, Sebastian was in the new one as well?
Yeah,
You watched the new one, right?
I did.
Okay, let's see what this...
We're gonna discuss movies for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh, shit.
Wait.
Oh.
He's checking out some ass right
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna hit that up. I'm gonna get all up in that. That's what he's saying.
Les poissons, how I love les poissons. Love to chop and to serve
Oh.
les fish.
Oh shit.
First I cut off their heads and I pull out their bones. Ah mais oui, ça c'est toujours délice. Les poissons, les poissons.
Oh, he was turned on at first, but like now he's like, nah,
I cut them in two.
I gotta dip out.
What's inside and I serve it up.
It's funny, like, it's kind of crazy how this was a Disney movie. I don't think they would
Yeah.
do that now.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's like...
I think
right
it's like a
there.
30% chance. Maybe he just really likes ass,
Maybe.
Because you should have saw the way he looked at.
Yeah, I saw
dude.
that, yeah.
He might just
going
be an
on
ass guy,
Yeah. Oh, what's going on here?
Little succulent crab. Quel dommage for the loss. Here we go in the sauce. Now some flour, I
Oh.
think just a dab.
Nah, I think like a 20% chance.
Cause you're dead and you're
It went down
certainly
20.
lucky you are. Cause it's gonna be a hot in magic silver pot to the raw poisson au revoir. What is this?
He's a straight lobster. Yeah, I don't
Alright.
think he's gay.
Debunked. Oh, whoops. Okay. Sebastian. Oh, dude.
Splinter?
Splint.
What the fuck is this?
A single rat who works too hard, who loves her kids and never stops.
Who loves her kids? It's a dude.
With gentle hands and the heart of a fighter, I'm a survivor. Yes, those are the lyrics to the Reba theme song with rat instead of mom, but they kind of work. Oh,
That's a reach.
Splinter is not only a single gay dad to 4 turtle sons, he's also the original gay rat. Thank you very much, Mr. Ratburn.
That's a fucking stretch.
Okay, check. Are we back?
We're back.
Okay, we're back. So we had a little bit of technical difficulties, but we're back.
It's my fault.
No worries. Dude, it did sound like like it was coming from your room,
Yeah.
but since the window's open,
Oh.
then it's like you can hear the voices that much clearer.
Yeah.
So,
He's not a gay rat though. Splinter's not a gay rat.
we were about to like really get into Splinter because I think,
Yeah.
I mean, I was kind of triggered that Splinter was on
I
this
was
list.
too.
Like, bro.
Splinter just seems like a very good dad. He's a very good dad.
Yeah, he's I feel like a dad that's needed in this kind of day and age.
Yeah. He taught all of his sons how to fight, and they're not even his genetic sons.
And the fact that, yeah, that's
They're not even his biological sons, but he taught them all how to fight. Like he taught them like the skills that they need to survive in the city.
yeah.
That shit's badass. Like Splinter is badass. Like I have a lot of respect for him as like a character.
Respect.
Can you imagine that? Like you have a dad that just adopted you and like taught you everything that you need to know to survive, and like he's doing it all by himself. Like the level of disrespect to call him gay. I'm not that gay is a bad thing, but I'm just saying, just because he can't find someone that's suitable from another rat or whatever,
Right.
like that doesn't make him gay.
Okay, SpongeBob. So, and this is what you brought up earlier. Sure, it's just Seinfeld with sea animals, but let's be real. Every major character and most minor characters on the show are queer as fuck. SpongeBob is the happy-go-lucky twink at the center of the story, whereas Patrick is his bear friend. Sandy is their queer friend. Okay, Sandy is for sure.
You think Sandy for sure?
Yeah.
I think Sandy might.
I mean, not for sure, but yeah, might
She
or
has
like
like
there's a high possibility.
Yeah, it's a high possibility.
Okay, Sandy is their queer friend who is smarter than everyone else, and Squidward is the old miserly gay next door.
What?
Who is jealous of his neighbor's youthful dalliances.
That's okay.
The straight people on SpongeBob are the interchangeable townspeople fish. I feel like this is like a hateful article. This is kind of like bashing straight people.
It is, man.
It's like where would you come up with this conclusion that Squidward is the old miserly gay next door neighbor?
Exactly.
Like, where would you come up with that conclusion?
They just made all the main characters gay in one paragraph. You know, that's ridiculous.
Like one small short paragraph.
Yeah, they somehow turned every main character. They didn't target Mr. Krabs though, because he has daughters, so that makes sense.
Yeah, that's true. You know, there's a whole SpongeBob conspiracy, but we'll get into that. Tarzan.
I saw that.
Oh, Rosie O'Donnell. I didn't know that.
Okay, maybe he's gay.
When she has to put on a dress and makeup for a ruse, she's not very happy about it because animals should not have to conform to human gender norms.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Oh, the Lion King, bro.
That's bullshit.
That is a huge stretch. Gay marriage wasn't legal in all 50 states for another 20 years after Timon and Pumbaa made their big screen debut in The Lion King, but it's hard to deny the impact that this couple's presence had on the fight for marriage equality. However, their sex life is definitely way more vanilla than Ren and Stimpy's.
I don't know.
Velma. Okay, Velma. Okay, that's what I'm
a possibility.
About. Yeah, that's a possibility.
It's a possibility.
Okay, we don't need to read that.
Yeah.
All
Disney villains? What? Okay, this thing's ridiculous. We need to shut this page off. This is just getting ridiculous at this point.
Miss Frizzle. Is this like a
I think it's a parody.
Parody article? Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, this is a good.
Is this the what is it? The Epoch Times? Or what's that one?
What's
You know
I know what you're talking about, yeah. But they always like put out false stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this one of those news programs? Let's be honest, Miss Frizzle.
So.
Okay, Miss Frizzle is a possibility.
I don't know. Miss Frizzle ain't too bad on the ice.
Yeah, she could bench 405.
I don't think.
Bro.
Miss Frizzle Frazzle. I'm a Frizzle Miss Frizzle.
Bro, Miss Frizzle can bench 405.
Is she like a bodybuilder or something? She don't look too bad for a bodybuilder.
Oh, fuck, it's kind of loud. Oh, no, I want to see the room. Oh, here we
Show
go.
me a clip of Miss Frizzle. Oh, she works out, huh? Miss Frizzle, she ain't looking half bad. I'm just gonna say that. She can bench me any day.
Oh, shit. All right, that was some good discussion right there.
I was gonna ask you, what did you think of Oppenheimer? Because I know you watched it.
Dude, I thought so. My impression, I watched it once. First time watching it through all the way. It was long. It was a long movie.
Yeah.
3 hours. I learned a lot about the history of the atom bomb, Los Alamo, the Manhattan Project, the fact that Oppenheimer had some ties to the Communist Party. I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
The directing from The Goat.
The Goat.
And the scenes and the shots were on point as expected.
Mm-hmm.
I just felt like there was a lot of dialogue. Like there was a lot of dialogue.
There was.
And some cameos like that were so unexpected.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was kind of funny just seeing that. Like, spoiler alert.
I know what you're gonna say. I know who you're gonna say.
Yeah.
Josh.
Yeah. I was like
It's
so
like-
unexpected.
That was super unexpected, man.
Yeah. And then seeing Albert Einstein in there was cool. It was cool. I was
Yeah.
like, oh shit, Albert Einstein, like he's connected to the Manhattan Project. Like I didn't know that.
Did you think the movie was too long?
I thought it was too long. I definitely felt like it was too long. Like I was low key. I was kind of fighting to stay awake at the
Really?
end.
Okay,
yeah.
okay. See, I had the opposite experience.
Yeah.
I mean, not that I didn't feel it was too long. I felt like it maybe might have been like 10 minutes, 20 minutes too long. But I was I felt entertained through the entire thing, which is strange. Because I like action movies. I usually will go to like watch superhero movies or animated movies. But I think the story really resonated with me because Oppenheimer, who's played by what's his name, Cillian Murphy or whatever, he wasn't a clean-cut good guy, and
Yeah.
that's what I liked about it.
Right.
Like he was a womanizer. I think at the beginning of the movie he poisoned one of his professors
He tried.
or tried to poison him.
tried.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
is interesting. He was a bit dishonest at times.
Yeah.
And I like that about the movie, that didn't try to portray the main character as being
Like a good guy.
yeah, like a holy, because at the end of the movie I felt myself conflicted about who was the good guy
Yeah,
and who was the
exactly,
bad
yeah.
guy, because I don't think this is just my perspective. I don't think the senator Strauss, who was he was played by Robert Downey Jr. I don't
Shout
think
out to
he
Robert
was.
Downey Jr.
Yeah, I don't think that he was in the wrong. I don't think he was completely in the wrong. I think maybe he was manipulating things to his advantage, but he saw it as, I'm doing what's best for the country.
Yeah, and then I also
I'm
think
also making Oppenheimer look
Yeah.
like a hero.
well with Oppenheimer too. I believe that he was doing it for the United States. Because I mean, it's also like, if the U.S. doesn't do it, then another country's gonna do it. And would you want like Russia or like China being the superpower of the world, or like the U.S.? I mean, that's to me that's an obvious answer, because if we were being ruled by Russia's communist rules, then who knows what this world would be like. But that's like that's a hot take.
Yeah.
Because the U.S. has their hands in everything, but I mean, it's like kill or be killed, and I think at that point, Oppenheimer was doing the best that he could to help the country.
Yeah, because he could have just said, no, I'm not going to lead the Manhattan Project. You got to pick some other dude to do it, and maybe they would have gotten to the same result of creating the hydrogen, or maybe they wouldn't have, you know?
Yeah.
But
I mean, the way they depicted it, though, it's like he wanted to do that. Like he was definitely leading the project.
Yeah, at first though, it did take a little bit of convincing from the senator.
Yeah.
Like he kind of had to kind of get him into doing it.
That's right.
Yeah.
That is right. Yeah, you're right.
It's like Oppenheimer was not too interested in leading the Manhattan Project at first, and then
maybe like the power took over him.
yeah, maybe he was like, I think he was thinking like this is gonna allow him to do something that no other scientist or no other mind of his time would allow him to do, you know, like
Right.
nobody else, even Albert Einstein had his breakthrough in understanding
Yeah. What was that
kind of
quote?
like how energy works and stuff.
Yeah.
And he probably looked at it as his opportunity to have his moment, you know.
But then when this is like when politics gets involved, it's like Truman wanted the credit, or he's like, what did he say? That famous quote. He's like, you would think that everyone would think about you when people would think about the atomic bomb or something like that. And
Yeah.
he's like,
Nobody cares who made the bomb.
yeah,
They only care who dropped it.
Yeah.
I dropped it.
Yeah.
I dropped that bomb. Yeah, no, it was kind of funny because like they really portrayed him as like a bastard, you know,
Yeah.
like he fucking didn't care.
I mean,
We never know what happened behind closed doors, but that would
Yeah.
be funny if he actually had something to say like that.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Because
Like I feel like how presidents like would want to be kind of known for. It's like, depending on who the president is, it's like, I did that, you know, like it was me.
Yeah. I feel like all presidents in general have to have a lot of blood on their hands.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. They all
Dude.
do.
Did what's that one movie? It's not Gone with the Wind. It's it's a recent war movie that came out.
Dunkirk?
No. It's
That's
recent.
another Nolan movie.
It's recent that came out on Netflix. It's Where the Wild Things Are. No, that's not Where the Wild Things Are. It's hold on. I have to. It dropped this year. Fuck. What is it called? All Quiet on the Western Front. That was like a really, really good movie. But in that movie, it shows that, and this happens in real life as well, where these generals are willing to sacrifice like hundreds of thousands of troops just so that they can prove that they won. Like, just so that they can prove, like, we are the best. So it's like, it's basically just a whole meat grinder of people in war. Like, people are being sent to war to die.
Yeah, man.
And
that sounds accurate.
Yeah, just to prove a point that like, hey, like I'm the leader of this country and we won.
Yeah. You think about it, that's really true, man. That's yeah, sounds accurate. They just send them out, and yeah, it's like people are expendable, troops are expendable.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah. That's what kind of reminded me of with Truman in that scene. It was like he probably just looked at it as he was going to be remembered, like up until this time that he made that pivotal decision. Yeah, it's crazy how things work out, like with like these weapons of mass destruction. You have one feeble old guy that decides whether or not to obliterate, a place.
Andrew Tate had a good opinion on respecting leaders. He's like, I'll respect a leader of a country or a leader of a war if they're leading the war, the charge, like in the front.
Yeah. I think that's
like that's
I agree with that.
Yeah, that's a huge opinion that I agree with.
I do.
Yeah.
It's like but that's how they did in ancient times.
Yeah,
though.
exactly.
Like you had the kings and the fucking leaders like actually on the battlefield.
Yeah,
now
like
they just
leading the charge.
Yeah, they sit inside of a house now.
Yeah, they sit in a house like with AC and like nice clean clothes and a steak ready to be served.
Yeah, but back in the old days or whatever, if they went out on the battlefield and if they died, that was like an honorable thing, and then they just fucking replace them with another one, because it's like if they died, it's like yeah, it's honorable, but it's like, all right, let's put another guy because you're not better than everyone else.
Yeah.
And I think that's I don't know, I think there's something noble about that concept of if you're gonna be in charge, like you said, also be willing to put in the work.
Put in the work and like lead the assault.
Yeah.
Like that's huge, and that's a great point. That now people that are people that are leading the assault are, I mean, there's like the chain of command, but then people at the bottom are just basically just like we said earlier, just like grunts or just part of this system that are like just they're just being sent out there to die.
Yeah. I almost feel like if we had leaders that actually went on the battlefield, it would boost the morale of the country.
Dude,
like bro, I would have so much respect for the president if I knew he were out there battling.
Okay, do you think right now the president of the United States, okay, let's say like there was a boxing match like Joe Biden versus Kim Jong-un.
Oh, Kim Jong-un would knock Joe Biden out. Kim Jong-un. No, Kim Jong-un looks pretty solid too.
Yeah, he does look pretty solid.
Like even though he's out of shape, he might get winded, but Biden's gonna get winded way faster, and Biden's a lot more fragile.
Bro, Biden, you can't even like, he probably won't make it to the ring.
Yeah, I don't know. I if I were to put my money on probably a world leader, I think the guy from Canada, the prime minister, he looks pretty. Yeah. He looks like in good shape, but he also seems like a pussy too. So it's like he might be able to like actually like have the stamina and shit, but he would probably like get knocked out because like he doesn't seem like mentally tough.
Yeah, I mean,
Putin might. I
would have to say. I was gonna say Putin.
Yeah, Putin might actually put a good shot.
Putin versus Kim Jong-un.
That's a pretty good matchup right there.
That would be a pretty good matchup.
Kim Jong-un would have him because, like, Kim Jong-un just is younger, you know?
Yeah.
Like, he'd probably... But Putin would has that fight.
Putin probably has that old man strength.
He might have it, yeah.
But, I mean, what kind of matches were we talking about? We're talking about, like like a boxing match? Are we talking about like a no holds barred match, like fight to the death?
Like MMA?
Yeah.
MMA match with the presidents, we were badass.
Yeah.
Like
dude, if people were settling their beefs like that, I feel like you said, there would the morale of the entire world would kind of be like lifted.
Yeah, it's like, oh, my president's gonna go out and fight on behalf of me. That's pretty badass.
Yeah.
I feel like it'll make a lot of money too.
Yeah, kind of like this
Pay-per-view. Yeah.
Kind of like this Zuck versus Elon Musk.
Yeah.
You hear about that?
I heard about that. Who do you have in that matchup?
As much as I'm a Elon Musk fan, I think Zuck is gonna take this.
Yeah, I think Zuck's too fast. He's in too good of shape.
Yeah.
Like I saw
Have you seen those photos?
Musk shirtless.
Yeah.
Yeah, Musk is out of shape, man.
Have you seen the photo of Mark Zuckerberg shirtless?
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh, dude, you have to see
I
this,
gotta
bro.
see it. All right.
Okay, hold on. Mark Zuckerberg.
Zuck going crazy?
Dude, he's fit as fuck.
Oh shit.
MMA training. Well, check this out.
All right.
Oh wait. Bro, look at this.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I feel like he would take out Musk.
So these
Dude,
two
that
guys,
dude's looking pretty jacked over there.
these two guys are like elite level UFC fighters. They're like at the top, and
Yeah.
he's training with them as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
oh yeah, and there's a recent photo of
Let's
Elon.
look at Musk shirtless.
Yeah, I don't think they have a shirtless photo of
There was one. I remember.
but I feel like that's an older one. This is like the most recent one that's came
Musk
out.
is in shape now.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
shit.
the most recent one that's came out.
Because he's looking like ET in that last one.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah. I feel like Zuck's he's gonna be too much, man.
But there's they're training with some legends.
Yeah. Hey, did you hear about how
GSP, dude.
GSP?
This guy's a freaking legend.
Oh, I don't. So I watched a few MMA fights, but I'm not too familiar with
Dude, this guy
fighting or anything.
might be one of the best MMA fighters of all time.
You saying GSP?
GSP. And I think people that are listening that are very well versed in the MMA world would agree with that. Because he's just so well rounded. Like he knows so much about different martial arts, and like he's not like one dimensional.
Yeah, because that's the crazy thing
Yeah.
about MMA. It's like a mixture of like different skills.
Yeah.
Versus like boxing, you just know boxing.
Yeah, exactly.
That always trips me out. Like you have to have extensive knowledge when you're doing MMA
Right.
about different styles. Because you find people that excel in one style and they fight someone in MMA, and it's like you see a completely different style that contrasts with their style.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like seeing two different styles collide. Versus with boxing, it's like you already know exactly how they're gonna stand, how they're gonna. I mean, sometimes there's different stances and stuff, but it's not like watching MMA. You both people are gonna have like completely different tactics.
Right,
Which is strange.
It is interesting going into the fight, like watching it and wondering how it's gonna play out.
Yeah, and you see people get like fucking their brains pounded out in MMA.
Yeah.
That shit's like, I would never want to do MMA. Like I'd probably like die in the ring or something.
Yeah.
That shit's it's intense.
Yeah, it is intense.
Like and nothing's off. It seems like nothing's off limits. Like kicks, punches, everything.
No, everything. Yeah, everything goes. There's only like certain things that you can't do.
I think nut punches. You can't do nut punches.
Yeah, nut punches. I think you can't kick people while they're on the ground.
Oh, okay.
You can't punch at the in the back of the head. So there's like things to help with like safety and stuff like that as far as like long-term damage.
Yeah. Actually, that's where being a transgender male will come in handy. If you get into a fight with another dude and she transitioned from a woman to a man. And she just allows nut punches because she don't have no nuts. She's like, all right, give me your best kick down there, and it does nothing.
Like nut punches are, like it is like a thing.
He's immune to nut punches.
Yeah, that's a handicap right there.
Yeah,
that is a huge handicap because like the transgender woman could just kick him in the nuts.
Yeah,
like, yeah, that's unfair.
It is because like the nuts are very sensitive. It's a very sensitive area, you know.
Yeah.
Like if you get kicked in the nuts, you can go down easily.
Oh yeah, you can. Yeah.
That knocks the wind out of you. That's like
you're out.
That's like the little target on the Death Star, you know.
Yeah.
Like once you hit that, like the whole thing blows up.
Yeah, you're out for a few minutes, if not like 5, 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're out.
Unless you have like a little armor for your nuts or something.
Yeah.
That's what I would have if I got into a fight. Like I have nut armor.
You watch any other movies lately? You watch the Barbie movie?
Oh, I watched Barbie.
You watched it?
Yeah.
Oh, what's your opinion on that? I haven't watched it. I'll watch it eventually, but
yeah.
What did you think of the Barbie movie?
It was pretty funny. It was a movie that hates men.
Yep, I heard that.
So the whole premise is like, just to break it down, there's our world where we live currently right now. There's Barbie Land, and in Barbie Land, all of the women run everything, and there are the Kens, which are all of the men. They're just generic Kens.
Yeah, they're
like me
NPCs.
And you would just be all be Kens, you know.
Yeah.
And they basically don't even have any homes or whatever. They just kind of like
this is the Barbie verse.
Yeah, in the Barbie verse. the Barbies, they all live in mansions, and they're all presidents, and like they run all the important stuff in the world. How any fucking shit ever gets done, like any of the construction or anything, that's never addressed. How any of the difficult things in the world actually get accomplished, they never address it. It's just everything's perfect and women rule the world. So that whole part of it, they needed to explain it better. They haven't
gone in depth with that.
It's they need to explain it better.
On the back burner.
Yeah, like how did the streets get built or anything? You got these Barbies, like these 120-pound Barbies, like that are apparently like building buildings and like I guess building all the sewage systems and all that shit. But they never explain it. It's just somehow it's getting done.
Okay.
But the Kens aren't doing it. The Kens are useless and they're stupid. And yeah. And they simp for Barbies. Like they basically just are always trying to get with the Barbies, but the Barbies always reject them because the Kens are unimportant. It's so stupid. It was funny. I'm not gonna lie. I laughed a bit.
Yeah.
But I laughed because I knew I was watching a movie.
And,
it's like I knew I was willing to put myself into that fantasy of, I know this isn't real. And you have to suspend your belief essentially, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Is
But
that like the original plot of like the whole Barbieverse? I'm pretty sure it is, right? Like Ken has always been like the disposable male, like the useless male figure. Is that always been a thing?
I
pretty
think
sure it has.
It probably has. I think like with Barbie, it's like the thing with Barbie is like there was so many different types of Barbies. Like there's a pilot Barbie, like there's a Barbie for everything, and it was just to tell like little girls that they could do anything and they could be whatever they wanted, and that's a positive message. It's a good message. I'm not gonna lie, it's a very good message, but the problem that it ran into with the movie is when they kind of on the flip side make every male an idiot. And I think it would have worked a lot better if they made the Kens competent. And they showed that, like, yeah, Barbies are great, but Kens are great too. But instead it was like Barbies are great, Kens all suck. And that's where the problem I felt like with the movie kind of came from. Whereas like, and then when she came to the real world, she realized that in the real world, you know, it's far different, you know, like they did the whole thing with, okay, Barbie comes to the real world and she feels like everything's misogynistic.
Right.
So they went that whole routine and shit, which, there are misogynistic aspects to the world, but the world is a lot more complicated than that.
For sure, that's just one aspect.
Yeah, where it's like, it's a lot more fair than what people give it credit for. Because if things were completely misogynistic, women would be back in the 50s era, or even before that. The 50s, there was more. It was more. I would like to say, it was more conservative.
Oh yeah, for
it's
sure.
a more conservative lifestyle.
With more like
but if they go back to
like
the 1800s, then you kind of step into more of a misogynistic way of life. And I don't know, you might disagree with that, but you step into more of women aren't treated as equals; they're more so treated as inferiors. Whereas I think the fair middle ground is you appreciate both sides for their abilities,
100%.
but you also understand the strengths of certain people.
Yeah, 100%.
And you use that to maximize society.
Yeah, it's basically, so what I'm getting from this is like, it's kind of like, so there's like a double standard. I feel
there's a double standard.
You know what I mean? I feel like, so with what you're explaining is that I feel like they okay, let me give an example. So what's going on in South Africa right now, where, you know, back then whenever apartheid existed, you know, where whites and blacks were separated, there was a time where all that kind of brewed up, right? And now we're going through this period of like reverse, I don't know if this is the term, but like reverse racism. So now what's going on is that all these like black Africans took over government, parliament, and are now enacting laws and like stuff like that against the white people. So now it's kind of like this reverse.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened in this movie.
Yeah,
it's like there was, and I read up on this Barbie movie. The director was a woman, so she probably took the opportunity to be like, "Oh, I'm gonna write a story where, women are completely in charge, and they treat men like shit."
Yeah,
and that's the wrong perspective to go about it, I believe. She could have wrote a story where women are empowered in Barbie world, but men also have their place, you know. But it was so lopsided in Barbie world that I feel like it's going to turn off a lot of men. Like men aren't gonna like it. They're not gonna want to watch it.
Yeah.
Just because there's that incredible amount of bias.
Okay, my thing is like, how many people that are watching the Barbie, like you said, you suspended your belief.
Yeah,
like,
I was okay with it. Yeah.
So how many people are kind of watching this movie and kind of thinking to themselves, oh, this is like how the world really is, and they kind of like believing that, you know.
What, the Barbie world or
the Barbie world, or like not the like
the
meaning,
real world in the movie.
Meaning, they're meaning in the movie. They're representing men as like misogynistic.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So they took the message of the Barbie movie and they applied it to the
real world. Yeah. Like how many people are watching the movie and kind of thinking of it like that?
Probably a lot of people.
Yeah.
Probably a lot of people are watching it and being like, man, our world should be like Barbie world. You know, I'm assuming a lot of maybe women probably thought that.
Yeah.
It was funny because like I got out of the movie and there was this kid. I went to Target. I went to go and do a little shopping after I went to the movie at the collection. I went in there and I guess this kid recognized me from being in the theater watching the movie, and he went to Target too. And it was a young boy. You know, he was probably like maybe 13, 14.
A young buck.
Yeah, young buck. And he was with some I guess some of his friends, and they were girls. And he asked me, what did you think of that movie? He was like a young buck or whatever. And I was like, oh, it was all right. He was like, that sucked. 0 out of 10. So he hated it.
Oh, shit.
So, like, I feel like a lot of young males are going to, like, be disgusted by it and hate it. But, see, from my perspective, being an older male.
Yeah, you have, like,
yeah,
understanding of, like, nuance and, like.
Yeah, it was like, yeah, I understand it for what it is.
This is a fantasy world.
Yeah, it has its turdy elements for sure.
Yeah,
but you know, it is what it is. They did a good job on some things. The comedy was pretty good, but the mold that they put it into, the whole concept that they built around it, was, I feel like it could have been improved upon a lot. You know, and I think that's why a lot of people will. It'll like for women, they're gonna love the movie. But if they're very logical women, they might be a little more frustrated by it. But a lot of men are gonna hate the movie. I feel like men are gonna hate it.
Yeah.
I feel like if you went into that movie, Brandon, I could see you coming out of it frustrated.
Yeah. Now
more so just being like, that's a lot of nonsense, you know.
Now I feel like I definitely want to watch it. So, it'll probably spark something in me. This conversation definitely sparked something in me to go ahead and watch it.
Yeah. I think it's a good watch.
Yeah, I want to watch it for the culture, you know, like understand like what's going on in culture.
Yeah.
You know.
I think it's good, man. I think you have to definitely just well, I feel like what I try to do is just watch it for the culture, like you said, you know, just understand what's going on and see just kind of calibrate myself.
Yeah, I think that's very important. Like like Sound of Freedom.
Yeah.
Like watching Sound of Freedom, I already knew what it was going to be about, but I'm like, okay, I have to watch this movie because like everyone, like a lot of people are talking about it and it's part of culture. So I'm like, okay, this is part of the culture. I'm going to watch it. And when it's an emotional movie. I'm like, damn, this is very powerful. I feel it. It hit me a lot harder that like, I'm like, damn, this is really going on. This is really happening to, this is a multi-billion-dollar industry that's happening right now in the real world. And it's not mainstream news. It's not being talked about in real life. So it just hit me that much harder to be like, okay, this is actually going on.
You know what struck you know, it's interesting. You know what struck me as very interesting about that movie, The Sound of Freedom, is there was no like woke bullshit in it.
Yeah.
Like it was very matter of fact.
Yeah.
Like usually in movies there's some strong female character, and it's not to say there can't be strong female characters, but they're strong for no reason.
Yeah.
Like they just exist just to put down men.
Yeah.
And that would and by the flip side, that would be retarded if there was just men characters that existed just to put down women. when they never even when they never existed. You know, they weren't even around. You know.
Yeah.
But it's always good to see a movie that just presents the facts.
Yeah.
Okay, this is that time period. Let's say if you make a movie that's in the 1800s and it's in England, well, you're not going to expect Mexican people in there. You're not going to expect them in there because that's 1800s and it's England.
Right.
So
Kinda
when
like,
they try to self-insert those people into the movie, that's where it runs into problems.
Like Call of Duty. You remember when Call of Duty changed their like characters, war characters in like World War II, and then they were like women soldiers.
Yeah, it's just stupid. You
And
know, it's like
that's
just
not
present
like,
the facts.
Yeah, I'm like 90% sure that there weren't women soldiers in World War II fighting on the front lines.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure too.
And
yeah.
like as an agenda, they inserted that, and like they made this small group happy. You know, like they tried to please the small group and distort reality to fit their needs.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's like if they want to base things off of reality, like, then that shouldn't be in the game.
And that's another thing that I really appreciated about Oppenheimer. That's that it was very accurate to the scene of that time.
Yeah.
Where you see all the actors that were in there. There were a lot of Germans, a lot of Russians. It at that time it wasn't a very culturally diverse time.
Yeah.
Even the United States like wasn't as culturally diverse as it is now.
Yeah.
And I really appreciated it. Like it put me into that world. Like it inserted me into there. It's like if I were to play a video game, and like for example, I don't know if you ever played The Witcher.
No.
But anyways, that's like set in a medieval era. That's set in a time before the modern ages.
Yeah.
But if they were to insert like just random people of color,
yeah,
it would take me out of it because I know that that's not the era that they existed in.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like when they're accurate, I like it.
Are you a white supremacist?
White supremacists. No, if there's a story if there's a story about Mexicans, I want it to be Mexicans. If there's a story about black people, I want it to be about black people. If there's a story about Asian people, I would like it to be about Asian people.
Yeah.
You know, I just want the story to actually be the story. You know, like if they had a Wakanda Forever 3 or whatever, they had another another Black Panther movie.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want all the black people played by white people.
Right.
You know, I just want it to be accurate.
Right.
And I think that's what a lot of people are getting tired of, is when they self-insert these agendas to change the narrative.
Yeah, distort reality.
Yeah. It's like there's a lot of great movies like that do a good job of presenting the facts.
For sure.
And making it as historically accurate as possible. And that's all I really care about, historically accurate, you know?
Yeah, because then, like, when you're watching these movies that have an agenda, like, I know that you can feel it. You can feel, like, oh, like, it feels nasty. Like, it feels like you're being tainted. Like, you can feel that there's an agenda. Like, you can feel like they're trying to insert their ideologies into the movie, and like they're trying to like kind of not brainwash you with that, but they're trying to like subtly hint at that.
Yeah.
And to me, like, I can feel it. I can feel like, oh shit, is there an agenda here?
Yeah, just tell the story accurately, you know, just tell accurately.
Like with Mulan. I love the movie Mulan.
Uh-huh.
And you know, it was about a girl that felt like she wasn't accepted, so she turned into a man, and you know, there wasn't, because she had to earn she had to earn her spot. It wasn't given to her.
Yeah.
And it didn't feel like there was an agenda there.
Well, that was the original story.
Movie.
It was like
Yeah.
That's the story they made years back before there was all these culture wars.
Yeah.
And they executed it.
Executed it to a T.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Yeah. And that's the thing is now they'll race swap characters.
Yeah.
And I do have an issue with that. I have a huge issue with it because it's disingenuous. It's not faithful to the source material. And for people that grew up with those stories, they can't really even take the story seriously because they've changed it. They've changed it so much. It's I feel like it's a distraction from the actual story.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's if I made a story, let's say I made a story 50 years ago that was about like Mexicans and we eat beans and we sit in the fields and we do some shit, like we listen to mariachi music, and then 50 years later they do the remake and it's all black people, like I would be pretty pissed about it.
Yeah. So it's not the original story that came out.
Yeah, all the Mexicans are played by black people, and just the same with like any other culture, they're gonna feel a little bit bothered by it. I just think you got to stay faithful to the source material.
Yeah. One of my favorite movies of all time is Django. Dude, Django is...
That's a fucking badass movie.
Such a great movie.
That's a badass movie, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, Quentin Tarantino, he delivered a masterpiece on that one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like, they did a good job of... Not only did he do a good job of, like, presenting, like, historically accurate to the times, but he put a slant on it where it had a story... that
about the
slaves.
Black. Yeah, the slaves people.
Yeah, and he gave good reasons and a good like storyline as to like how this guy was able to escape.
Yep.
And turn the tide of that situation. Yep. And I think like you can tell a really good storyteller when they can they really can do something like that. Yeah.
Not convinced me,
like,
but like
I believed it.
I rooted for Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, I believed it, man.
Yeah.
Like not at any point was like, oh, this can never happen.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
But he was the way it was told, the way the story was told was believable.
Yeah.
And again, like people would be mad if like Jamie Foxx, his character Django, was played by a Chinese man or a Mexican man. Like they wouldn't believe it.
Yeah, it would have to be like that whole entire movie, Django, would have to be about a Japanese man that was working on the railroads.
But somehow he identified as a black man.
Yeah.
It would be stupid, like, and that's what they're doing now with a lot of like race changes and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just not accurate to like what was going on at that time.
No.
So it would take you out of the movie.
Well, out of the movie and out of reality.
Yeah.
Like I know it's a movie, but if they're trying to keep it historically fact based, then yeah. The
only way that would work is if they prefaced it at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, this is an entire fantasy.
Yeah, this is the alternate timeline where instead of black people being slaves, Japanese people were slaves.
Yo, that's actually a good like basis for a movie.
Yeah. No. It's like in the late 1800s, Mexicans were imported from Mexico to the United States, and they were made as slaves.
Yeah.
The African stayed in Africa.
See, like that honestly would be a movie I would watch because I know that it's a fantasy. Like it's there's no agenda there.
Yeah, they created this world from scratch just for the sake of entertaining and they're not tied to the constraints of having to be historically accurate.
Like I would be entertained watching that movie.
Yeah.
I feel like I would be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Instead of black people, it's like Mexicans like being slaves. That would be badass.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, this is cool. This is different. It's telling a unique story. It is using the kind of the template of what happened in real life, but it's kind of putting it also within that fantasy setting.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's just my opinion on it. I don't know how you feel about it.
You know what? I feel like people just have to just relax, and I feel like people have to don't get their panties in a bunch.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good take on it. Yeah. But so I watched Barbie, and then I watched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I watched Gran Turismo.
Gran Turismo? Is
Yeah.
that a new movie that came out?
Yeah, it's
Oh, dude, I have to watch
based
that.
off of the video game.
Dude, I
Yeah,
have to watch that, dude.
yeah, it was pretty good.
Oh man, like okay, it's just
You would like because it's cars.
Yeah, initial thoughts like as
I-
far
it
as
was
like
much-
rating.
It was much better than I expected. I'd give it I give it like an 8.5 out of 10, maybe 8 out of 10,
Interesting.
somewhere around there. It's definitely better than any of the Marvel movies, except for Guardians of the Galaxy, which is fantastic.
What'd you think of the third one?
Absolutely the best Marvel movie I've seen in like 3
Really? The
years.
third
yeah.
one?
Yeah, maybe 2 or 3 years. Best
Oh
Marvel movie I've seen.
shit, dude. What about Deadpool? What are your expectations on that? Yeah.
I hear it's going to be
Disney R-rated.
Disney R-rated. I
Yeah.
don't really know what to expect of it. I think it has the potential to be really good.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Did you hear about Spider-Man?
No.
Bro, so I forgot which article this was, but Spider-Man 4 with Tobey Maguire is in talks.
Oh, that'd be badass.
Dude. I'm hyped for that.
Yeah. No, I'm hyped for it too. It's like that's I think that's what a lot of people want to see. They want to see Tobey Maguire return to play Spider-Man, because personally I don't think the new Spider-Man, Tom Holland or whatever, I don't think he's a really good Spider-Man. I don't know. What's your what is your take on that?
I think he's a cool Spider-Man, but I feel like each generation has their own Spider-Man.
Oh, okay. That's, yeah.
Like
That's actually a pretty base take on it, yeah.
yeah, like and then like the Andrew Garfield kind of gets shit, but I think that was a cool Spider-Man.
I think Garfield, my opinion is Garfield and Maguire are much better Spider-Man than
Oh, really?
than the new one, yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about? Well, Tobey Maguire to me will always be number one, for sure. Because
I agree.
That's like the OG Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Not only that, it's like the movies were like amazing. I was rewatching Spider-Man 2. I think Spider-Man 2 with the Green Goblin.
Oh, Spider-Man 1 was with the Green Goblin.
Oh, was
Spider-Man
it?
2 was Doc Ock.
Doc Ock. Okay,
Yeah.
Spider-Man 1. Dude, for that to be Spider-Man 1, I'm like, it's so good.
Yeah.
Spider-Man 1
Yeah.
with the Green Goblin.
Yeah.
That's such a good movie.
It was, man.
Yeah. And like the acting and like, yeah. And then now it's like mostly CGI. And I feel like kind of CGI kind of takes away from it, you know? I feel like you were saying with The Thing.
Mhm.
Like The Thing doesn't have that much CGI. But
Have
like
you watched The Thing?
I'm not, but I like
you have to see it.
but I can see where like CGI like cannot replace real life like makeup and effects.
Well,
Like,
all right,
it
let's
can't
watch
replace
a
that.
clip
Yeah,
of
yeah,
The
let's-
Thing
yeah,
right
let's do
now,
that.
just to show you like
Yeah.
this is okay. Keep in mind this is the 80s.
Exactly.
Just look
dude.
up The Thing, John Carpenter. It's pretty darn good for the 80s. Go down to the dog scene.
This one?
Go to the look up dog scene.
Oh, dog scene.
Yeah, look at this scene.
Oh, look at this.
This is fucking amazing.
Oh, wait. We have to turn this on. Okay.
All right, we might have to forward it a little bit, but
okay.
go to look at this right here. This is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
That's the 80s.
Yeah. Oh.
You have to watch this movie though.
Oh, now, yeah, I'm definitely watching this.
Yeah.
Dude, can you imagine like watching this in the 80s?
Yeah.
Like,
I bet people must have been like terrified just seeing that, you know?
yeah.
These dogs are trying to like get out like, what the fuck did I just see? Shooting like squirts on them. Yeah, but that's a scene that I always remember.
Wow. That's very good.
Yeah, and just think like they did that all with animatronics and like special effects and stuff.
Right.
And it's like now we see everything with CGI. And it's it almost takes like the gravity of the scene away.
Situation.
Because you're aware that it's just like basically a video game, you know, when you see like new movies and stuff.
Yeah, like you can tell like, oh, this is definitely CGI.
Yeah.
Like you can definitely tell.
But I'm still like amazed how they got that shot of having the dog's face split.
Yeah, like that looked me watching that for the first time, I'm like, oh shit, this looks pretty realistic.
Yeah. Yeah, like I'm trying to think like how they actually made that happen.
Dude, you know, have you seen the trailer for the new Exorcist?
Yeah, I have. I have.
Bro, okay, so I didn't know it was the Exorcist when
That's Exorcist. What's it called? Origins or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like the it has the one. It has a girl and it has a black girl.
So when I was watching the trailer for that for the first time, I'm like, dude, I got the same feeling that I got when I watched the original. Like, I think that was the original Exorcist for the first time.
You think it's gonna be any good?
I mean, just based off of that trailer, I got the same feeling. So I'm like, oh, this
could be good.
This has a lot of potential.
Yeah.
So I'm actually pretty hyped to watch it.
All right. So okay, so put yourself in that situation of seeing somebody actually possessed. This is taking out the whole thought of if you believe in actually possession or whatever. But if you actually saw somebody like possessed by like a demon or something, like what the fuck would you do? Would you reach out to someone to be like, hey, this person got a fucking demon, or would you kind of like what would be your first instinct?
I mean, let's take for example, like right now, like you, like if I was talking to you and somehow like
my head spun around.
Yeah, it spun around and like
that'd be pretty badass.
I mean, I would be fucking like shitting bricks right now.
I would be shitting bricks if your head spun around.
Yeah. Like,
what the fuck? What the fuck? I'd be like, I don't know what to do. Like,
and then I started like levitating and like speaking up. What do they speak? Pig Latin? Like
some gibberish or something?
Yeah, some gibberish.
Yeah.
I would be terrified.
That'd be terrifying.
Dude, you know, there was a movie that's one of those scary movies. I forgot what's like. There was The Exorcist and there was another like scary movie like series, not series but like movie like that would come out like every so often, like a series. Yeah, I know what you're saying. You know what I mean, like there's The Exorcist and then there was another like famous scary movie. Hold on, let me look it up real quick.
All right. Because the only big like movie I can think of that had like sequels was The Exorcist.
There was a bunch of I have, it's like Popular 2013. Well, anyways, hold on. We have to get this. Popular scary movies. So popular horror movies. Insidious. Is it Insidious?
Might be The Conjuring.
No. The Witch. The Offering.
What was it about, like possession or something?
Yeah, it was about possession. And then in one movie, like
Paranormal?
I think it was Paranormal.
Paranormal might be that.
But then there was like more like sequels to the Paranormal.
Yeah, they made a lot.
Yeah, they did. Okay, so in one, I remember there was based in Oxnard.
Really?
Yeah.
There was one that was based in Oxnard?
Yeah.
What the
Paranormal
fuck?
Activity, yeah.
I have to check it out now.
Yeah, this one. Okay, this one. Paranormal Activity, the marked ones. It was based in Oxnard.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Was that what year was that? They made that.
2012.
Oh shit!
Actually, 2014.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's Paranormal Activity, the marked ones. Hold on, let's play the trailer for that.
Okay,
We're
okay.
watching trailers today.
We are, guys.
Let me see. On. Boom, boom. Okay. Because I remember watching this in theaters. I'm like, oh shit, this is in Oxnard. I'm like, holy shit, dude. This is like as scary as it can get because it's like in our back door.
We need to visit
backyard.
that location out, man.
Paranormal Activity, the marked ones. And I think there's a scene that's like those apartments on Channel Islands.
Mm-hmm.
Here, check this out.
All right.
Back. In the back seat.
In this hood, you never know.
The Colonia.
Yeah. See, out to California.
Please, inside now.
Did someone die?
I saw myself. The lady who got killed, she lives right under me.
I had an idea. Let's go check downstairs. There's blood everywhere.
Katie and Christy.
What is this?
This is some black magic stuff.
Hey.
She's got pictures of you. How does she have pictures of you?
Dude, I had
shit.
crazy dreams. Check it out.
What is that?
It looks like a bite or something. I've been getting this weird feeling. Have you guys ever felt like something is watching you?
You got change?
Yeah, I got changed. Careful, don't point the camera at them.
What's up? What's up, man?
Oh.
Oh shit!
Jesse, get up, dog. What's that, man?
How did you do that?
I don't know. I just don't remember.
Jesse, what's wrong with them?
I feel like I'm losing time. What the hell is happening to me?
Oh yeah, that scene with the hair. I remember that.
Oh shit!
That's Katie, and that's Christy, my stepmother. Something.
Oh, where's this at? Can you recognize this spot?
Whoa, shit! I don't know.
That kind of looks familiar.
It does look familiar, but I'm not
Something
too
possessed
sure.
Christy and then Katie. The ones that are marked,
It's like
they become
looks
the
like
permanent
Lemonwood.
hosts.
Kind of does.
So what's gonna happen to him?
He won't be Jesse anymore.
No, never mind. It's somewhere else, but it looks kind of similar.
Where did he go?
Padre nuestro que estás en los cielos.
She's talking about Jessie that has a bad spirit and she needs us out.
Saludas así como nosotros.
Oh shit! Fuck.
Ave María, llena eres de gracia, el Señor es contigo. Bendita tú eres entre todas las
Oh shit!
Oh, damn, I'm getting kind of scared. The marked ones.
Amén.
Hey, so
Bro,
you believe in paranormal shit or no?
so this was I think 2014. So I was a junior in high school at that time, and I was like, oh, dude, this is kind of scary. This is kind of scary.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's hang out on the note. I'm gonna take a piss real quick.
All right. Actually,
We'll come back.
I gotta take a wizard.
And we are back.
Yes. Yeah, but you believe in like all the paranormal stuff or anything, or?
Do I believe in that? I mean, I've had just minor experiences here at the studio.
Yeah.
You know, for people that have gone to the studio, they know about, the ghosts of the studio. And I mean, for people that are listening, when we're in the studio, every so often we'll hear a noise.
Mm-hmm.
And it's usually like around 2 a.m., like late night.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, so we just called that the ghost of the studio.
Yeah, the ghost of the studio never bothers me. I nap over there and like.
Yeah.
It never.
Yeah, you're here more than me, so.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it must take a nap or something, cause like, it doesn't. Maybe it's been taking more naps, cause it doesn't. It's never like bothered me or anything.
But to answer your question though, do I believe in paranormal stuff? I would have to see it to believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
Like, I don't want, forbid, I don't want anything to happen. Like,
yeah, you don't want to be attacked.
I just don't want to be attacked. I'm not provoking anything.
Yeah.
I'm
okay with a ghost if he's a friendly ghost. Like if he's chill and like he sits down next to me and plays like video games, like I'm cool with that. But like if he's an asshole and like he's
like
either if he breaks shit or like terrorizes me and like throws me across the room, then I'm not cool with that.
Yeah, that's not cool.
But like chill ghosts, like it's cool. You can hang out or whatever.
Like why would a demon want to terrorize someone?
My thinking is like
is that how they get power? Is that how they like survive? I'm pretty sure.
I think they probably have a sense of humor. That's my opinion.
Their thing is like they breed off of people's fear.
Yeah. Okay. Well, think of it this way: if you were a demon, like, what would you do? Like, how would you spend your time?
If I was a demon?
Yeah. Like, so like, take the whole concept of being evil.
Yeah.
Out of demon. Like, just say like, you were a demon.
Let me get I'm gonna get a beer. Go ahead, keep going.
I mean, you're a demon, and you just have a lot of time, like, because I would assume demons got a lot of time, Yeah. Like they probably just have to be like at a certain time to go meet Satan or whatever. Yeah, I'll take one. Right, cool. They probably have to meet Satan at a certain time, and but like all the rest of the day they just like chill around and float around places. Like what the fuck would you do? Like,
yeah.
Like if you, because I mean obviously you can interact with.
Quick heads up, when you open this, like you kind of have to drink it because it's to the point where it'll be frozen, and then it'll like fizz over. So you kind of have to drink it kind of quick.
Okay.
Like
I'll make sure when I open it. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if I were a demon, and like I could float around all kinds of places. I feel like I wouldn't be an evil demon. I would be like a more like prankster demon. That's kind of like what I would do. I would like move stuff around.
Then at that point, is that really a demon, or is that
what
like just a ghost?
You think like demons?
Like I think demons are just evil.
You think they got like a job, like Satan just tells them like, all right, do some horrible shit to someone?
Yeah. Like demons have a purpose.
Whereas, I don't know. I probably disobey Satan. Then I'd probably be like, all right, fuck you. I don't want to do no horrible shit to people.
Yeah. Then at that point,
I'd probably get zapped and destroyed or something.
Yeah.
You're probably like forced to do evil things.
Yeah. You probably are, or else like you'll be sent to the fire pit for 178 years.
Yeah. It's interesting. I don't know, like,
because I think there's this is just based off of just spitballing. I think there's like ghosts, there's demons, there's like different entities,
and angels probably.
Yeah, and angels, yeah. So there's different entities, maybe that are like in a different dimension or a different realm, but you know, they can access this third dimension.
But
do you
think demons do have a boss or something? Or do you think they're just free to like roam around and they want to do bad things, or they're categorized by what they do?
Like if you said angels, if you flip it around and talk about angels, you know, I think they serve a god. They do serve a god, and that's you know, the good one, you know.
Yeah.
Rather than the evil one.
Yeah. What's your opinion on Satanists?
My opinion on Satanists, you know, I respect their opinion. I respect the fact that I can, you know, that they can have their opinion. You know, if they're serving what I believe, if I think I'm correct and I think that they're serving Satan and Satan represents evil, then I do not support Satanists.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because like the way I heard it explained by this one dude that told me he was heavy into Satanism or whatever.
Yeah.
He was like, Satanists don't explicitly serve Satan. They more so are servers of pleasure.
And so, like, is that so? In that sense, is that serving Satan? Like, is that?
Yeah, because I guess Satan would be like
pleasurely, like, how would you categorize that? Like pleasurely,
like
fleshy things of this world.
Yeah. Is that Satan? It's kind of like, yeah, because I think that's like Satan's whole like agenda is do it like kind of like do what you want and nothing matters, you know, like
yeah.
I don't know, that whole type of mentality, because like basically he was saying when he was deep into Satanism, nothing was off limits essentially.
Yeah.
So like I think like with that concept, you would be doing a lot of evil things, you know, if nothing's off limits. Like that means that there's so many evil things that could be done, you know.
Yeah. No,
it's like
100%.
you kind of like turn off your moral guide and you just serve yourself essentially, whatever brings you pleasure.
Yeah, and we kind of got into this conversation a little bit, I remember.
Yeah.
And you know, the whole idea of like you said, Satanism, do what you want to do, and there would be basically no consequences, essentially.
Yeah.
That kind of turns you more into this egotistical, like serving yourself, in a sense. And you in that sense, you can become egotistical, whereas the opposite of Satanism, it's kind of serving, you know, a god, and that you kind of give yourself to that god, and it's like your ego is basically not involved.
Yeah,
in that sense, you know.
I think there's personally, I think there's a good middle ground.
Yeah.
Where it's like every once in a while you're gonna do something that pleases yourself.
Yeah.
But like nobody on this planet is going to 24/7.
Yeah, nobody's perfect. Everyone's flawed.
Yeah, nobody's. Yeah, exactly. You have to find that middle ground where it's
exactly.
Like you can please yourself at times, but you also have morals. Like you're not going to go out of your way to hurt people.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think with like Satanists, they're like it doesn't matter. Like I'm gonna do what I want all the time, and I worship Satan, and yeah, he just lets me do whatever I want. You know. I don't know.
So there's a famous quote by, I believe it's Aleister Crowley, and Aleister Crowley is part of I'm pretty sure he's part of the Freemasons. He's very famous in I want to say the Illuminati, and one of his quotes is "Do what thou wilt," and "Do what thou wilt" is like you said, it's do what you want with no consequences, and that's part of Satanism. And Aleister Crowley, from what I remember, is that he teaches like sacrifices and like rituals and stuff like that. So like there's that.
Yeah, but this dude, he got heavy into Satanism, and then he went heavy into Christianity.
Yeah.
And then like now, I don't even know what he does. He's just like not religious at all. And
Maybe he's like he's considering becoming a monk.
Yeah, I think he's more like I think he's more agnostic.
Yeah.
Whereas like agnostic is like you believe in God, but you don't think he actually cares about anything.
Yeah.
Like you believe in a higher power, but you also believe that he's not interested in any of humans' affairs.
Interesting.
So like, I don't know. That's kind of like the vibe I get from him. He's kind of like agnostic or whatever. But I don't know. I never asked him about it. But I know he's not into Christianity anymore. But no, I've always found those people interesting. Like
yeah,
that they delve deeply into something, and then they do like a 180, and then they do another 180. It's like crazy.
Yeah, maybe you need to see. Maybe you need to have a rock bottom. Maybe you need to be on the other side to experience what it's like on the other side, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like maybe you have to hit
the thick of things.
Yeah, maybe you need to be in the thick of things to like really understand what the other side means. You know, like to have appreciation for that.
Yeah. So maybe he had to be a Satanist to appreciate Christianity.
But
or like
kind of deeper,
yeah,
moral, like maybe have some sort of moral compass.
Yeah, you have to find that middle ground.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's no, I mean, he's a cool guy. He's a cool guy and stuff. We always have good conversations. Like we'll talk about funny stuff most of the time.
Like,
and I forget he was heavy into Satanism. Like I won't even think about it.
But
even though he has like heavy tattoos and shit.
You know, like there's his case, but then how many cases are there of people that are drug addicts and then like that are addicted to meth or like these heavy drugs, and then they hit rock bottom and they turn around and they become millionaires. Like there's Dave's Killer Bread. You know about that?
Oh yeah, that's great bread.
Yeah. So that guy was a meth addict. He got addicted to meth, I believe, and he ended up going to jail. And then that was his rock bottom. And then after he got out, he's like, I'm gonna turn my life around. And then I believe he bought or he was given his parents' bread brand, and then he ended up running the company, and then he turned it around and he made it to what it is today. So like that's a case of hitting rock bottom and then, you know, totally just flipping the switch and then becoming the opposite of what he was before.
Yeah, it's like a metamorphosis.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's yeah, I've always found that fascinating is the turnaround essentially of people.
Right.
Because I think that can be applied to any situation. Like you said, that guy who went from a meth addict to starting Dave's Killer Bread. That's fascinating. Yeah, it's pretty cool concept.
Yeah.
The moral of the story is stop doing meth, open a bread shop. You turn it into that.
It's like stop doing meth, open a bread shop, and then make that bread.
Yeah. Hey, have you ever seen those? This is going on a completely different subject. I'm sorry, I'm getting carried away right now. But you ever seen those videos on YouTube of like Giga Chads?
Mm-hmm. I've seen like the memes and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like there's this one guy. I don't know if it's like a trend that like younger kids are doing, where they make a face.
Yeah, and they make that Giga Chad face.
Yeah, the Giga Chad face. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Like I don't know. Like there's always these trends that come around, like on TikTok, and like YouTube and any social media, and it's like that's when I know I'm old, when I don't understand the fucking trend.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just like it's kind of like the dog filter, you know? It's like
Yeah.
like when everyone had that the dog filter, you remember that?
Oh yeah. It's like I feel like give it 2 or 3 years
Yeah.
and like there'll be something else.
Yeah. It's like a trend.
They always do that like shoulder thing too, where it's like
Yeah.
it doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, it's like I don't know what that's supposed to be like.
I think it's just funny. Like,
Yeah.
to me, it's funny.
Yeah, people probably find it funny.
Yeah.
I just more find it like kind of like I don't know. I don't even like to use the word cringe, but it's a little cringeworthy to me.
Really?
Yeah. It's more so like it's maybe I should try it to kind of like to kind of understand it more. I think if you don't understand something, I think one of the best things to do is try it.
Yeah.
And then you'll kind of understand it better.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, I think it's a good I almost feel like it should be a rule of thumb. You don't understand something, try it. Fucking try it.
Yeah. Yeah, don't
I'm not going to knock
dismiss
anything.
it. Yeah.
I'm not going to knock something
Yeah. Okay, so
unless it's fucking a beaver or some shit, like of course I'm not going to try that shit, but anything that is within the realm of logic that other people understand, I'm open to the idea. That's kind of like my concept.
So I've been meaning to ask you this for a while.
All right.
You've been off of Instagram. I wouldn't say like social media, but because YouTube is technically social media. It's like kind of social media, but not really.
Yeah.
But you've been off of Instagram for almost, I don't even know how long, like 8 months, 9 months, almost a year.
Yeah.
What has stood out to you?
Oh man, I got so much time.
Yeah.
Not only do I have so much time, but I feel so free. Yeah. Like because when I was on social media, which I'll probably return to Instagram at, sometime, but whenever I feel like it.
For sure.
I'm not knocking being on social media or being on Instagram. I think it's a great place. It's a great place to express your creativity, your freedom, different ideas and stuff. But for me, it just opened up a lot of my time. It allowed me to look into other areas of social media. So I'm still on the social media, like YouTube. I post mainly. TikTok, I actually post a bit more than I ever did. But yeah.
Wait, did you say TikTok?
Yeah.
You're on TikTok?
Yeah, I post quite a bit on TikTok.
Oh shit!
I basically my Instagram is now all transitioned to my TikTok. So it's like, I got so much content. I'm just gonna post on TikTok. That's pretty much what I do. But I think for me, it's like I have a constant need to want to make things. Even if I'm not even gonna put it out like on my Spotify account or whatever, I just have the constant need to want to make stuff. And so I make so much, like I have so much stuff, and I'll post it on TikTok, even if it's just like 20-30 seconds or whatever. But yeah, I just feel really, honestly, I don't even miss Instagram, really.
Yeah.
The only thing that I would miss about Instagram is just seeing like my close friends, what they're doing, like you and people that I'm friends with.
Yeah.
But as far as like the actual posting stuff, like I don't miss not posting stuff, because like I can just post on TikTok. It's kind of nice just having the option to still post stuff. But I don't feel the necessity to have to like post, you know, because it's a little hiatus. That's what I like to describe it as. It's a break. It's a little break.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Respectable.
Yeah. It's like it's a
understandable.
Yeah, it's a kind of a long-term break because I feel like I got so sucked into the machine of Instagram. Yeah, where it's like when I do come back, I'm more focused on actually creating content. Not even content, but creating art. And then when I come back, I can repackage that into something that I can share, you know. But I don't want to create things for the sole purpose of Instagram. I want to create things for the sake of creating, and then bring it over to Instagram. You know, it's like that's where I feel like I lost a little bit of my focus was creating for Instagram, whereas now I'm able to create, and those creations can stand on their own, and then I can bring it over to other media.
Yeah, that's a great way of looking at it for sure.
Because I know you've taken breaks too.
Yeah, I've taken a few breaks,
but not nowhere near as long as mine.
No, yeah, that's like it's a long break.
Yeah.
I think,
and I like connecting with people like this on a person-to-person basis more so than messaging them on Instagram or whatever.
Yeah, it feels genuine. It feels I mean, for me, Instagram is like, it's very hard to connect with people like very deeply on Instagram.
Yeah.
Like, you can have like kind of, I mean, even with text, it's hard to connect with people through text, through the internet on a deeper level. Whereas in person, it's more like, it's like, yeah, like one-on-one, face-to-face, and then you can really connect with someone.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
What do you see as like the future of Instagram?
The future of Instagram. I mean, Threads came out, and Threads is basically like Twitter. I mean, I can't really see like a future for Instagram.
It's more so just like updates, huh?
Yeah, just updates. Like, it's already its own thing.
It's kind of like, I feel like Instagram has established its identity.
Yeah, for sure.
Where it's like all the major social media has kind of established their identity. There would have to be like kind of like a wild card that would come into the mix of like a new form of social media that would kind of disrupt all the new ones.
Yeah.
And it would have to be so experimental and different. That it would offer something different than what all the main ones have. Like, what if you were to create a social media, like how would you start that off, and like what would be your like the way you would encourage people to join that platform?
I mean,
do you think that there would be anything new to offer?
I mean, yeah, I think there definitely would be. The one thing is that, you know, with the whole political sphere, a lot of stuff is being censored. Okay. And I mean, something that's already, I think Trump has his own social media website. I don't think it's really huge, but it's Truth Social.
Mm-hmm.
And Truth Social is like, it promotes free speech. It promotes, it promotes, I guess, the government not intervening with censoring stuff. And you hear about Instagram, Facebook, and, you know, before Elon took over Twitter, stuff was being censored on social media. So I would promote a social media platform that would prioritize free speech.
Okay. That's a good solid I feel like that's a good solid foundation to start a platform.
Yeah.
Because it would attract a lot of people. Like I almost feel like if you started something like that, the big companies would probably try to shut it down.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I think
you've seen that with, I mean, Truth Social, people like the App Store from Apple, and then I think Google, the Google Store, or I think that's what it was. I think they removed it from their app stores.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So like that's already has been a thing.
Okay, so yeah, no, I mean, I've seen the app. I know you can download it obviously from the internet.
Yeah.
You gotta like install it a different way than through like an actual like store or whatever.
Yeah.
If I were to start my own social media app, it would be less focused on well, no, I'm not gonna say it wouldn't be focused on like posts and stuff, like sharing like your current routine, but I've always thought about like the idea of integrating like games into social media.
Dude, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like make it
cool.
like a competitive type of thing.
Mm.
Like, I mean, I'm sure there's a way to balance it, but like have like games that are built into the social media.
That's pretty dope. Like,
yeah. Like kind of like you could integrate like whether you like certain posts or you visit certain pages.
Yeah.
Which I know would have to be fine-tuned because people like value their privacy and stuff.
Yeah.
But you could integrate like how you interact with the actual posts in the social media and turn that into an actual game. So you could fuse the two things. You could fuse essentially interaction with a game, like turn interaction into a game.
Yep.
And I think it would make people more interested in actually interacting, because I feel like with social media nowadays, a lot of people don't want to interact.
Yeah.
They'll look at a post, but unless it's trending or unless other people like it, they have kind of like what I kind of think of like little kid syndrome, where they don't like something unless everyone else likes it.
Yeah, for sure.
There's always that little kid syndrome.
Yeah.
People aren't willing to think for themselves or find something interesting for themselves. It's always what's trending. And you have to, I think, an app that prioritizes like also I think an app that prioritizes like thinking for yourself, I think would be a good thing.
For sure. How much of that is just the numbers? Like how much of that is like seeing the numbers and like and seeing, oh, this is very popular because of the numbers? Like how much of that is just seeing the actual number, like, oh,
I think a lot of it is
this many people like this.
I think a lot of it is, and I think the algorithms and what that social media is pushing is causing certain things to get blown up.
Yep.
And it's causing a lot of other things to get pushed to the side.
Yep.
It doesn't matter what the quality is. It doesn't matter how interesting or entertaining the content is. It's more so what the algorithm wants to push.
Or if someone is in control of that algorithm, they can push a certain agenda.
Yeah, for sure.
For
sure. Yeah, push celebrities,
anything.
Push whatever they want to push,
to
become more popular. But I think I would almost, if I made a social media account or a social media platform, it would strip away all the algorithm, and it would just be it would be more the more I think about it, it would be kind of be like you ever played like open world video game?
Is that an actual video game?
So open world video game is like GTA, where you can explore different areas. That's what open world is for.
Oh yeah, I played that.
It's like GTA would be an open world video game. Fallout's like an open world video game.
Like it's like a category. It's like first person shooter. You mean
kind of like that?
Okay,
yeah.
Yeah. I played open world video games. Yeah.
So open world is like with
Skyrim.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Where usually video games will tell you like you have to go down this route. Open world opens up the world to you, so like you can go anywhere at any time.
Do like different side quests.
Yeah, in any order that you want to do it. So I think like platforms should be like that, like social media platform, where instead of telling you what to like or suggesting things through algorithm, it should kind of prioritize exploration over anything else. Like it shouldn't give you it shouldn't kind of tell you where to go or what to like. It should make things to a degree a little bit complicated, but you have to search for interesting things.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, there's a way to integrate that idea and turn it into kind of like a game where like if you find something really interesting that nobody else has found, like it gives you an award for it or something. Oh, this is a post that this guy's playing a flute with his nostrils, like, oh, this is the first. You're the first one to find it, I don't know. There's a way to integrate like games with exploration in social media.
You know what that kind of reminds me of? That kind of reminds me of, have you ever heard of geocaching?
Yeah, kind of like geocaching.
You know what I mean? It's
yeah.
So you have to like go out and explore, and sometimes you might be the first one to find that geocache.
Yeah.
Like, and like that's the whole fun part about it. It's like just going out, exploring, and finding new. Maybe it's like an area you've never been to, but because of geocaching, it took you to that place you've never been before. And it was all based off of your curiosity. It was all based off of like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, you brought up a really good idea because
yeah.
What if you could use the social media to actually meet people?
Yeah.
Like physically meet people.
What do you mean? Like,
so like if someone posts a picture at a certain location.
Oh, yeah.
And then you meet somebody at that location, like maybe they say like, oh, I'm here at this time, like and then you meet someone there, you get points, like as in a game or something like that.
Oh, so it adds to your profile, like your whatever that is.
And it kind of like,
you know what that kind of reminds me of? Now
it forces you to interact in the real world.
Oh, you're right. I was gonna mention this kind of sounds like Ready Player One.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah.
Like, I mean, but then it's like Ready Player One. It was just based off of being inside that virtual world.
Oh, okay.
Like there was like a whole scavenger hunt in Ready Player One, and they had to find whatever they had to find, and there was a bunch of people looking for it, and if they found it, then they got a bunch of points based off of that.
Yeah. So like, I think so. If I were to break it down from, like, you helped me kind of like flesh it out a little bit, just from talking with you.
Yeah.
But basically, it would be a social media app integrated with like video game elements, or like at least game elements like that you would play on your phone.
Yeah.
Also integrated with
you know what, dude?
Interaction with real people. Like actual interaction.
Dude, imagine. So say if you're an artist, if you're like a street artist,
mm-hmm.
and like you like kind of like geocaching, where only the street artists would recognize that area. Like say like, oh, come find this street art or this painting that I did near 5 points.
That'd be badass.
And only the street artists would know about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then
people who go kind of like Pokemon Go.
Yeah, kind of like Pokemon Go,
where you have to go to location, like they take a picture.
Yeah.
And it's only people who have been to the area will know where that's at.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty badass.
Now it's kind of building like a community.
Yeah. You're building a community. Cause like the thing that Pokemon Go did really well was it had all these locations, and
you had to go out and like look.
You had
for
to
them.
actually walk there.
Yeah, that was game changing.
Yeah,
that was game changing. Then they were the first, I think, people to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Niantic, they're fucking badass.
Yeah.
But something along the lines of that, even the fact how they got like huge groups of people to meet in areas.
Yeah, like go to gyms and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
I think that
like,
was
there's a gym where we could go train.
Yeah, that was so necessary because you saw like how people were willing to actually meet up together.
Dude, and I remember at like the peak of it, where I would see like I went to Santa Monica, and then I would see people on their phones, and they would be like, "Oh, like you're playing Pokemon Go," like, and like that was an opportunity to meet people, and like that was so cool to see that, because prior to that, nobody was doing that.
Yeah, I feel like that interaction with people in real life is the key to building like a great app that people are going to download, because a lot of people want to meet people in real life, but they're too shy to actually do it, and sometimes it takes something that everyone else is doing to get them into that mode of wanting to because like I remember going out and playing Pokemon Go and meeting people through playing that game.
Yeah.
And I'm not normally the person to go up and approach people, but it made it so much easier.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I'm sure there were a lot of people that were, it was kind of hard to go to meet people, and that like kind of broke them out of their shell.
Yeah.
So yeah, kind of like I mean, for me it was geocaching, and that got me out of my comfort zone, and then it made me like I remember like riding my bike everywhere to go and find these places. I was like, dude, this is so cool.
Yeah.
Like it got me out of my comfort zone.
Yeah. Geocaching was probably like the predecessor to Pokemon Go.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
It was like what probably inspired Pokemon Go.
Yeah, so that's like props to geocaching.
Yeah.
Yeah, the OG.
Yeah, but yeah, that's the big so I hope nobody steals my idea. But if you steal it, please give me credit. Please integrate games into a social media app. And
Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, I only want 50% of the company, a small meager amount for presenting the idea.
Yep.
You know, that's all.
That's all
I ask for.
You gotta patent it.
I know. Somebody gets it, turns into a game.
I know, it becomes like a $1 million, $1 billion industry.
Yeah, I'm like, I just asked for my 50%. That's all. You know, it's nothing big, you know. Just a little meager cut for me.
Some light. Yeah.
That'd be badass though.
Yeah. You're creating a lot. You're stacking on stuff.
Yeah. I got a bunch of stuff. Basically, I got heavy into like base house.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's pretty much what I'm doing right now is I have a bunch of like base house stuff, but I make a bunch of stuff. I don't always put it all out just because I put out, if you are interested, if anyone's interested in checking out, it's on my YouTube. It's basically my YouTube I use for really rough mixes, and I'll put it out in there, and it's interesting because I've actually been getting a lot more like positive feedback from that than I actually expected, because it's a pretty obscure page, and my page has actually been growing a little bit because it's I don't know, I just put out stuff on there, stuff that I like, and yeah, it's like I have a bunch of stuff. I want to put out like an album that will be primarily like house, deep house, stuff like that. It's just I don't want to put it out until I feel like it feels right, you know.
Yeah, there's no rush.
Yeah, it's like
When was the last project you dropped? Was it last year?
Yeah,
Or
it was last year.
Okay. Oh
Yeah.
that's already a year is nothing.
Yeah,
Like
years
artists like
yeah.
sometimes take like 3 years, 4 years. 5
Yeah.
years. Yeah.
Well, this year I put out 4 singles. It's pretty much all I've put out.
Yeah.
And it's probably the most singles I've ever put out, because I usually put out like full albums if I'm gonna put anything out.
Yeah.
And they've all been very different. So like one of the tracks was like stylistically something that I would put out. It was called Sesame Z. That was like more things that I would make without any inspiration. So it's like it's more of like if nobody told me what to do and I had no creative direction, and it was just like letting me just fucking make something that I want to make.
Yeah.
And then I put out this track that was called Preferably Comfy. And it was like an IDM track, so it was like more not following any structure.
Yeah.
It was more just like randomly placed kicks. I don't want to say randomly, because like I did.
You placed them.
Yeah, I placed them, but they were strategically placed, and like the beats were more sporadic, and it didn't follow like loop. It's like, I think throughout the entire song, like it's completely different. Every single 8 beats, every single 8 bars, it's completely different.
Nice.
Then there was a song called Trifagald.
Yeah.
And I don't even know why I called it that. I just found the random word and I just inserted it. And I was like, that sounds exactly what the song sounds like.
Nice.
And that was more like kind of like house-ish.
Okay.
But like more funky house-ish. But it's just, you got to hear it. But it's interesting. So I'm like, I'm kind of keeping track of everything that I did. Yeah, but I had this piano piece of just like this melody that I made, and I put that on my YouTube. Originally, I had this concept of calling that track "People Places," because it just meant like when I made the actual instrumental, which has no drums in it whatsoever. It's no drums, just a piano.
Yeah.
It reminded me of just meeting a lot of different people in a lot of different places, and kind of like where life takes you, and understanding that you're gonna meet a lot of different people in a lot of different places, you know. And so that's kind of like the inspiration for it. I called it Squancho Sonogram on my YouTube. But yeah, I've just been making a lot of random stuff. A lot of it never gets put out onto Spotify.
Yeah.
It just gets put on YouTube because I like placing it on there, because I can kind of reevaluate it, listen to it, because I'll listen to a lot of that stuff on my own in my own spare time. Just to be like, oh, can I polish this idea a little bit better? Can I get the idea out better to the point where I feel good about putting it out on Spotify? So it's kind of just my testing, kind of like my testing ground to figure out like if I want to put that out or not. It's more so for me than it is for anyone else, that page that I have on YouTube.
Interesting.
It's like my own listening page.
Yeah, it's like your listening page, or your like your chopping block.
Yeah. Because the problem is when you make something. Well, this is my issue. When I make something, and I put it out too soon, like I put it on Spotify or any other place.
Yeah.
I'll listen to it and then I'll be like, man, I want to change something about it. But it's by that time it's like kind of too late. I have to take it off and edit it.
Yeah.
Whereas if I can do it on YouTube, I can kind of do it without anybody even noticing because my page is so small. And I like that because it's so small that I can put it on there. I could kind of use it as like my own little MP3 player.
Yeah.
And then I can edit it on my computer and then put it out when I feel like it's ready. So, yeah, that's kind of like my idea behind it. But a lot of people heard the stuff and people comment on there every once in a while like, oh, this is amazing, or like they like it or whatever, and it's not even ready, you know. It's like I don't feel like it's where I want it to be.
Yeah.
But it also gives, it's that two-edged kind of sword to a degree, where it also gives me feedback. So not only do I get the feedback from myself from hearing it, but I also get feedback from people that will hear like the rough version of it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That was my long rant about like why I use YouTube to post random stuff.
What I've been doing lately.
Yeah.
In a lot of what I've been doing for the past like 3 years, 2-3 years, is just uploading stuff on Google Drive. And then like I'll upload it on Google Drive, just a rough draft, and then I'll listen to it like 100 times.
Okay.
Or more, like even more. And then I'll like really like on drives, I'll like have it on repeat on drives, and I'll like really critique it. Like,
because you have a lot of stuff that isn't even put out.
Yeah, I've been like.
You have a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I have like an album with Red that we're dropping this year. Or not an album, like an EP.
Yeah.
So that's like almost ready. It's in like the mixing phase. So, that's almost ready. And then I've been working on just personal personal singles for my album. Yeah. So it's not even released
what
yet.
What like do you have like already like a concept in mind?
No, like right now I'm in the experiment phase. Like I'm making stuff just to make stuff.
That's really fun, man. That's so fun.
Yeah, like I'm just like I have no idea where this is going to take me, but like I'm making stuff. I'm either thinking of going, I mean there's a bunch of ways where I can take this, but I'm kind of thinking of heading towards like really, really sample based and like finding like super deep cuts of like of samples.
It's like the evolution of your sound, man.
Yeah,
that's kind of like what I. That's kind of what I think of it as. Like you're evolving. You're going to your next form, like a Pokemon phase. You know.
Yeah, and like that's how I feel. Like I don't want to like be stuck where I was before. So yeah, I'm really on this next project. I'm gonna take my time. With making stuff and trying to get the right sound out. So like right now it's just a very sample based vinyl based sampling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
My philosophy that maybe you feel it too. Maybe you resonate with it. Is appreciate the past and anticipate the future.
Yeah, like definitely. And yeah, I agree with that. And then also like a concept that I've been thinking about myself is let go of who you were to become who you are, like who you want to be.
Oh, okay.
So like not really be attached to that past version of yourself, because a lot of the times like we can hang on to the past, but remember that holding on to your past takes you away from the present, and it also takes you away from who you can be. Like because a lot of people hold on to that past version of themselves.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah, I kind of look at myself as an amalgamation of everything, where the past doesn't completely define who I am at the moment.
Yeah.
But it makes up a tiny piece.
Oh yeah.
Of where I'm at.
Sure.
And I think I've mentioned this to a lot of people. I probably mentioned to you that I always make stuff and I don't discard it because I want that to be stamped, you know? I want that to be a timestamp.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
So it people can go back and they can look at it and they can always see the process. Because I think it's like when you make something for the first time, it's there's a whole process to it, you know? The very first thing that you do in like a creative process is it's like the first step for sure. But like even like with the first full creative thing you put out, whatever it is, however bad you think it is, however good you think it is, that's one building block to create the structure. So I've always kept that in there, and I almost it's almost like a game to me to a degree.
Yeah.
Where people can are almost like okay, what's the right word for it? Lore.
Yeah.
Lore is the word. It's almost like lore, where people can go back to old things that you did or I did or you know whoever made something. They can go back to the very first thing, and they can create their own storyline of me or who I was or who I am by just exploring that lore. Because the art is lore in itself. It's a way of storytelling.
Yeah, it's a way of storytelling, and I feel like an album or a project is like a certain place in time of where you were at that certain moment.
Yeah.
It's like a time capsule.
Yeah.
So like people can go back, or you can go back yourself and then just listen to that and be like, oh, that's where I was at that time.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I go, you probably felt it too, or you know, I'm sure every creative person can feel it. Is like they will listen to something that they made a long time ago, and I don't know, like I'll listen
it's
to
nostalgic.
It. Yeah,
it's like, oh,
it's
shit.
nostalgic.
Yeah.
I feel really good.
Yeah.
It's like, man, this is really cool. Like maybe the execution wasn't that great, but the concept of itself, like you still resonate with it. You still resonate with the concept.
Dude, so this was today. The homie you met, you know Jonathan.
Oh yeah.
So he sent me a photo of his playlist, and it was "Believe in Yourself," and I was like, dude, like that song is still fucking like to this day.
Yeah.
That song is still so bad, like fucking slaps.
Yeah.
Like to this day.
Yeah, man.
Like that shit's hard.
Yeah, it's and to think that like that was
like
an
2019.
idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like there will be people, for sure. There will be people out there that will listen to something that you make that comes out, like let's say you make something in a month or so, or you make something in a week, or you make something in the next couple of months. They're going to go through your old playlist, and they're going to find things that resonate with you, and they're going to appreciate it because they already have that connection from the new stuff.
Yeah.
But they go back to old things, and they're like, oh, he made this too?
Exactly.
And
yeah.
there's almost like a there's a good feeling knowing that people will go back and look at old stuff and find things that were kind of like missed at the beginning.
The deep cuts.
Yeah, the deep cuts. I think the deep cuts is always like,
sure,
you put a lot of work into stuff, and you put it out even if nobody will hear it at first, because that work that you put into it is going to shine like later on.
Yeah, and then also it's
I mean, maybe not, but at the same time, like if they hear it, there's always going to be someone that's going to appreciate something as much as you do.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, maybe even more.
Yeah.
And it might be the most odd person. It could be somebody at the other side of the world, that hears it.
Yeah, that's that.
But
that'd
you
be
have
dope.
that opportunity to make that impact.
Yeah, that's kind of wild to think about because it's like that's a lot of power.
Yeah, it is a lot of power, but it's like well, my thinking is for me personally, I put out the most eccentric things I can think of because number one, that is kind of who I am as a person.
Yeah.
So I always try to be as genuine to myself and what I like first and foremost. But at the same time, if it's something that you find genuinely interesting, someone else is going to find it interesting too. They just haven't searched for it or they haven't found it.
Yeah, they haven't discovered it. Yeah.
Yeah. But however it affects you, it's going to affect someone similarly. It's going to have like I said, a similar effect on someone.
Dude,
because we all have the kind of like even though humans are different, there's always small things within us that we all resonate with.
Yeah, Eddie and I were talking about this concept, I think the other day, like it was Thursday. Fuck, what's today? Today's Monday, right? So yeah, Thursday.
Oh, yeah, today is Monday now. It's already 12?
Oh shit, it's Sunday, dude. I was thinking it's Monday.
It's still Sunday, yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's Sunday. Holy shit.
11:59?
10:44.
Oh, it's early.
Yeah, it's still early.
What the fuck?
Dude, holy shit. Where the fuck did the time go?
Where the time
go?
I already thinking of that song once he said that.
But so me and Eddie were talking about the concept of being yourself and then other people will find you.
Yeah.
And the fact that like this, like we're in Oxnard, but that's just one city of how like a billion or millions of cities. So the fact that you're being yourself, there's a statistically high chance that there will be people that resonate with what you make, not just in Oxnard, but globally. So like you putting yourself out there, being the most genuine person you can be, there will be people that will connect with that. It's like maybe it won't be instant, maybe it will be instant, but the fact that you're being genuine, I think, is what matters the most.
Yeah, and it's I've always found it's random people too, like people that I don't know.
Yeah.
Like it's always strange, like it's people that maybe I do know them, but they just like under another alias. I don't know. But it's still cool. Like it's just always interesting to me, man.
Yeah.
Some people will come out and just be like, "Oh, this is cool. This is, whatever." But yeah, it's a good feeling of just putting something out. And then when I put something out, I just don't have any expectations out of it. It's more so just like it's a satisfying feeling to me. Like I rather put something out that I put a lot of time into, and I feel like it's something I like, and I can hear it over and over again. And then the fact that someone else enjoys it too is like an extra added bonus to it. Like it's just it feels really good.
Yep.
But
cool.
Yeah.
I think we should end it here. I think we're at like probably 3 hours and 40 minutes, maybe 4 hours.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to rant for like another 5 hours, but I better stop here.
Yeah, I gotta go feed my llama.
Okay. Sounds great.
All right. Well, you're not on Instagram, but where can people find you?
Pornhub. I think I said that one time. I have an account on there. It's under Bluebebleu. Check it out. Go on Pornhub, Bluebebleu. Find a lot of spicy videos on there.
Cool.
There you go.
All right. Well, it was dope catching up with you.
I'm kidding. I'm not on Pornhub, but you can still check it out. It's a good website. Peace.
Peace.